The following is a production of Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports.
We've never seen a team like this before, ladies and gentlemen. After all this time, Bishop Garrigan is still golden. Bishop Garrigan has finally slain the Newell-Fonda Dragon. Your Golden Bears are state champions for the second year in a row. This place is packed, and it is going to be rocking in here tonight. Crooks taps it backwards, and we are underway. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. In the lane, Crooks, center of the paint. Oh, a nice spin move, and she lays it in.
Oh, with her left hand, she claps the hands and says, let's go. You got to feed Audie this last 2 minutes.
Three-pointer is blocked at the buzzer, and that's it. After coming so close the past 2 years, Bishop Garrigan has finally won it all.
Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel is brought to you by Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. PMC Advantage Insurance, having the advantage makes all the difference. Now, here's Sports Director Tyler Lance.
A state championship rematch tonight on Home Country Radio KLGZ. It's Bishop Garrigan and it's Newell-Fonda. What else needs to be said? Two great basketball teams ranked in the top 10 of the Class 1A preseason poll battle it out again as last year's state championship went in favor of the Golden Bears, 68-57, their second title in a row, and now they're off to a 4-0 start. But their title defense gets a little bit more difficult tonight with a road trip to Newell-Fonda, one of the toughest gyms to play in the entire state. They battle a 3-0 Newell-Fonda Mustangs tonight. We'll hear from both head coaches on the pregame show. Newell-Fonda head coach Dick Jungers and Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab. And we'll start with Coach Jungers right now on KLGZ. And we get ready for high school basketball action on Home Country Radio KLGZ as it's the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears visiting the Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Right now we're joined by Mustang head coach Dick Jungers. Coach, we appreciate you giving us a few minutes here on the pregame show today. And Coach, obviously an exciting matchup coming tonight against Bishop Garrigan. But before we get into the details of tonight's game, I do want to quickly recap the start of the season for your Mustang team. A quick 3-0 start to the year. You've faced some good competition for a ranked Sioux Central team and a Pocahontas area team that's been to Wells Fargo Arena last year. So what are some of your biggest takeaways coming out of the first 3 games?
You know, we're still really working on our chemistry. I feel like our kids are playing hard. Our kids are, playing some pretty solid defense, and I think we're starting to build the pieces for what our team could look like down the road here. But we're just seeing who's going to step up and who's going to make plays for the Mustangs.
And Coach, like you said, building chemistry definitely key early in the season. Last year's team was one that graduated the Walker sisters, who were extremely good, and did lose 3 of their 5 starters. What are some things you're looking for as that starting lineup kind of blends together and tries to develop that chemistry?
And I think the big thing is moving the ball and finding our opportunities to score. We've got a nice mix of inside game and outside shooters. So it's just this early part of the season, I think every team's in the same boat. You're just trying to figure out what's going to work for you and how you're going to make that happen.
And Coach, obviously this program's had a next man or next lady up type of mentality for a long time, and you've really been able to develop that depth over the years. So what do you feel has been the key for the kind of depth that your program's been able to produce?
I think it's because we got kids that fall in love with the game. They put time in outside the season. They work hard. I think it's just that passion. Tonight's going to be our little kids' night, and you'll see a lot of little kids, little dribblers playing basketball too, and our kids just really embrace basketball.
Talking right now with Newell-Fonda head coach Dick Jungers. And Coach, tonight, it's another matchup against Bishop Garrigan. And obviously, anytime you see a team 3 times in state championship matchups, there's going to be a little bit of a rivalry that develops, not to mention some really good regular season games between these two teams over the years. So can you give our listeners just a little bit of an idea of what the intensity on the floor is like when Bishop Garrigan and Newell-Fonda match up?
It's a great rivalry. We started playing in the regular season a few years ago, and man, they've been some great contests. Some great adjustments made. Like I said, it's been really intense, and the kids are really excited for these types of opportunities. And I know I can speak on behalf of both Coach Schwab and I that it's just been a really, really fun team to play against over the years. You just never know what's going to happen on one of those game nights.
And, Coach, obviously this year's Bishop Garrigan team looks a little bit different. No Audie Crooks and no Molly Joyce as they graduated, but the Golden Bears have still gotten off to a 4-0 start. So when you look at this year's Golden Bear team, what are a couple things that pop out to you?
I think first and foremost, how athletic they are. A lot of good athletes on the floor. Got some great shooters. Good inside-outside game. This team plays really good defense. They're going to be a handful. I do know that. They play hard. So, basically exactly what we expect from a Coach Schwab coach team.
Well, Coach, as we wrap up here, what do you feel are one or two of the biggest keys for a Newell-Fonda victory tonight?
I think the big thing is taking care of the basketball and having good offensive possessions. And always a big key when Newell-Fonda and Bishop plays is that rebounding battle. Both teams really rely on getting maybe extra possessions on offense with a rebound or stopping a possession with a rebound. So I think those will be the two biggest keys tonight.
Well, Coach, we wish you best of luck in tonight's game, and thank you very much for the time today.
Hey, thank you, Tyler. Always great having you around.
That is Newell-Fonda head coach Dick Jungers with his pregame thoughts on Home Country Radio KLGZ. We'll step aside for a quick timeout and come back with more next on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Getting set for high school basketball action on Home Country Radio KLGZ, as right now we talk with Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear head coach Brandon Schwab. Coach, before we get to tonight's matchup against Newell-Fonda, I do want to revisit Tuesday quickly here as you guys picked up a 60-33 win against Lake Mills. And one thing that stood out from that game is sometimes in basketball, you've got to avoid beating yourself. And part of that is the fact you guys only had 6 turnovers in that game. So offensively, what are some of the keys to taking as good care of the ball as you did against Lake Mills on Tuesday?
Well, I thought we had good ball movement outside of the first quarter. I thought we really moved the ball. We ran our sets well. We were able to get good ball reversal outside the first quarter and just take what the defense gave us. They weren't a team that pressed us or anything, so obviously that's going to naturally create less turnovers. But I thought for the most part we shared the ball and moved the ball and ran our stuff for 3 quarters.
And, Coach, really good rebounding night for the team as well, as you guys pulled down 41 boards. And obviously this year you don't have Audie Crooks in the middle, but you're still really getting good team rebounding nights so far early in the season. So what does good team rebounding entail for you guys on a nightly basis?
Well, I would say Tuesday night entailed into us missing a lot of shots. So poor shooting will allow us to have a few more boards. And we didn't shoot the ball well Tuesday night. We just didn't shoot the ball well. We took some forced shots instead of rhythm shots, and that's going to contribute to more rebounds. But I think our motor for the rebounds. I think Abby Capacious, Reagan Murphy, and Graceland Eastman's motor to get rebounds is at a high level. And we talk all the time. I think rebounds is 80% heart. You can work on box-out drills until you're blue in the face, but when you get in the game, the reality is kids aren't going to just box their kid out 15 feet from the basket. That's just reality, and we got to have a motor of tracking the ball and going to find it, and those kids have high IQ, high levels of doing that.
And, Coach, you get a quick turnaround heading into tonight's matchup against Newell-Fonda. And, of course, when you face a team 3 times in a state championship game, rivalry is going to naturally develop. Can you just speak to our listeners a little bit about what the intensity on the court is like whenever you see these guys?
Well, it's intensity because it's 2 good basketball teams. The last, playing them in 3 state titles, that equals we both have really good programs and they're really good basketball teams. And that's the same as this year. We've got 2 top 10 and 1A basketball teams. And we get the opportunity to go on the road. We get the opportunity to go face a great team and number 2 ranked Newell-Fonda. They're perennially every year ranked in the top 5 of the state, and we've got to be able to match their intensity. We've got to be able to make sure that we play harder than they do on their home court, which is a hard thing to do, but we have to if we're going to pull out an upset today.
And, Coach, the question every time you play against Newell-Fonda is always going to be how are you going to deal with their full-court press? And it's an even bigger question this year, the graduation of Molly Joyce. So what are some of the keys tonight to getting those young players especially to really deal with Newell-Fonda's pressure?
We can't let them make us play faster than we're capable of. 10 seconds in the backcourt is a long time. We've got to be able to play within ourselves. We're not going to just enter it to one player and let them just dribble through it like we did with Molly Joyce. That's not going to be the game plan today. We've got to be smarter with where our flashes are coming from. We got to be smarter where we're inbounding the ball and where we're dribbling the ball. In no way we want to bring that ball outside the volleyball lines and let them get that sideline jump on us as much as we've honestly worked on it yesterday in practice, and that's the first time we've touched Newell-Fonda the entire year. We put a 2-hour practice in, and as much as we can get in there, it is. And, we're not going to put more emphasis in what a regular season game is with them, we're going to do our best to see what we can cause them problems with. They're going to cause us some problems, and, I'm looking for us to just compete for 4 quarters and making sure that our mental toughness is strong, because that's going to be the difference in the game of how mentally tough we are tonight.
Absolutely. And, Coach, looking at the other side of the ball, some of the stats for Newell-Fonda earlier this season kind of show they take a pretty healthy amount of three-pointers. So what's the key for you guys defending the perimeter successfully tonight?
Making sure we're closing out with high hands. They're going to hit some threes tonight. They always do. They're going to hit some three-pointers. And we've got to make sure to do what we can to close out with high hands, beat them to that first step spot, and trust our defensive rotations. They're going to hit some threes. They're going to go on a 8-10-0 run at some point tonight, and we've got to answer that back. And that's all a part of mental toughness. That's all a part of being able to answer everything they do tonight. And I feel confident our kids are going to play extremely hard tonight. We're up to the challenge of what's in front of us. We know what's in front of us, and on the road, not many people are going to give us a chance to win at Newell-Fonda early in the season with 2 sophomores and a freshman in our lineup. I know that. So I'm looking for us to just make sure that we chase them off of the arc, make sure we rebound the basketball, and stay mentally tough all night.
Coach, wrapping up, what's the final message you'll tell to your team before tonight's game tips off?
We have to match their energy. We have to match their energy, especially in the first game. At home, they're going to have a great crowd. It's going to be loud. Their kids are going to be pumped up for the game. We have to match that intensity, not just match it, but be better than them in the first 4 minutes of the game with 50-50 balls, loose balls, making sure that where we come meet every pass, because that first 4 minutes is going to be hard and strong, and we got to weather that storm the first 4 minutes and come out and be able to answer what they do to us.
Coach, as always, thank you for your time today, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Tyler.
Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab preparing for his matchup against Newell-Fonda tonight on Home Country Radio KLGZ. We'll step aside for a quick timeout, come back for more next on 98.5 FM, AM 1600, and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toth.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Grayson Eastman, freshman, number 14.
Inside to Eastman. Eastman puts it up, and she puts it in.
Zoe Montag, junior, number 22.
Garrigan to the steal. Here comes the transition. A sidestep by Montag in the lay-in. Zoe Montag is going crazy right now, and Garrigan's up 81-38.
Stacia Olish, sophomore, number 24.
Capacious hangs and passes to the left wing. Olish 3-try, and she swished it again. Let Stacia Olish shoot it.
Emmy Bartolo, sophomore, number 10.
Cross-court feed over to Bartolo. Catches, fires, rattles in a three-pointer.
Abby Capacious, senior, number 21.
A long pass inside to the cutting Capacious. Jumps, catches, finishes on the reverse.
Tip-off of your game is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
That is the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear lineup under head coach Brandon Schwab. For the Newell-Fonda Mustangs and head coach Dick Jungers, they will have the 5'5" senior Greta Larson, the 5'7" senior Isabel Bartek, the 5'5" senior McKenna Sievers, the 5'11" senior Kiara Jungers, and the 6'1" junior Kinsey Hinders. We are live here at the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium. Bishop Garrigan wearing the road gold uniforms, the black stripe down the side, the black Garrigan across the front with black numerals on the front and back. Newell-Fonda in the home whites, the Mustangs in blue across the front, blue numbers on the front and back of the jersey, and the white shorts with the blue stripe across the bottom and the NF on the right side. Crowd settling in. Nice Garrigan contingent here tonight. Big Newell-Fonda crowd as always, and a tough gymnasium to play as it's the 3-0 Mustangs, the 4-0 Golden Bears. Tip at midcourt. Hinders taps it sideways, and Newell-Fonda has it, heading left to right on the radio dial, and we are underway here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ Algona. Sievers comes out handling the basketball as Bartolo pressures her up near midcourt. Larson open in the corner, lost up a three-pointer, and she banks it in to start the game. Banking it from just outside of the corner. That's the first free ball of the season by Greta Larson. She had been over 10 on threes and 0 of 11 on field goals coming into tonight. And now here comes the full court press. Larson against Bartolo. The trap near half court as Bartolo weaves right and away from it. Montag has it far side of the court in front of the Newell-Fonda bench down to our left. Feeding Olish at the foul line. Now outside Bartolo. Eyes the bucket. Heads to the foul line. Stops for a jumper. Missed it out to the near side. Capacious scrapping for the rebound. And that'll be a foul against Bishop Garrigan's Abby Capacious to start off the ball game. Well, Newell-Fonda, if they can hit three balls like they did in the last possession throughout the night, it'll give Bishop Garrigan a lot of issues. Newell-Fonda came into this game shooting just 23.3% on three balls. That is 8th in the Twin Lakes Conference. Normally a much stronger three-point shooting team, but 3 games in, having that issue as Montag nearly stole a pass, tried to jump it, but it went right into the hands of Sievers. Sievers bounces it outside to Jungers, rotates it over Larson, tries again for 3, in and out, no good. Larson almost knocked that one down as the Golden Bears throw it away in the backcourt. Montag was not looking for the ball. She was coming up the court, and it was lobbed over towards her and landed in the lap of Bishop Garrigan coach Brandon Schwab, who is not happy with that early turnover. Extra possession is going to be key for the Mustangs tonight. That trademark full court press against a young Garrigan team that does not have Molly Joyce to dribble through one of the best presses in the state anymore. Up near half court, the senior Bartek has the basketball. She'll head right of the lane. Bartek guarded by Bartolo, doing a good job staying in front. Jungers in the short corner, right side of the court. Now back to the top of the key to McKenna Sievers. Sievers averaging 10.5 points per game for Newell-Fonda. Feeds Hinders inside. Fingertip catch. She dropped it though. Loose in the lane. On the ground, and a jump ball is called. Jungers scrapping in there with the crowd of Golden Bears and the possession arrow towards Bishop Garrigan. Newell-Fonda 3, Bishop Garrigan nothing. As we play in this state championship rematch. These two teams have met in the state title game 3 times, 2 of those going to Newell-Fonda, once in 2020 and once in 2021. Last year going to the Golden Bears. Bartolo lofts up a contested 3 ball and missed it a little bit strong. Tracking down the rebound is Jungers, who had the contest on the 3 as well. And a second foul by the Golden Bears as Eastman runs into Jungers along the far side of the court. Crowd didn't like that. The bleachers are right on top of the floor here, so Jungers landed dangerously close to those bleachers where the Newell-Fonda band is situated right now. As Garrigan does a full court press of their own, they're trying to deny the basketball from Bartek. Bartek catches out over the outstretched arm of Bartolo. Bartek runs the floor and drifts out towards the wing. 6:21 on the clock, a bounce down towards Hinders in the short corner. Montag gets into the 6'1" Newell-Fonda junior. Now atop Larson. Garrigan has left Larson wide open so far tonight. As they flip it inside towards Hinders, knocked out of bounds by Montag. Zoe Montag doing a nice job fronting Kinsey Hinders. Montag checks in at 5'7", Hinders at 6'1" on the roster. And with 18 on the shot clock, Newell-Fonda has Sievers to trigger things from the baseline. Sievers looking, finds Hinders in the paint, guarded by Montag. Hinders blows a tire, kept her dribble nicely, though, and got it out to Bardick. 12 on the shot clock, Newell-Fonda, the left side triple by Sievers, and it's a little bit too strong. Offensive board Hinders, and a fresh 35 for Newell-Fonda. Feeds the cutting Sievers. Sievers tries to roll it towards Jungers, knocked out of bounds along the baseline by the Golden Bears. Tepid offensive start so far today. Bishop Garrigan came in averaging just under 68 points per game. Newell-Fonda coming in averaging 62. Again, small sample size for both of these teams. Sievers lobs it up top to Bardick as Bartolos had her in man-to-man defense so far today. Into the corner, Sievers. Free ball on the way, left it short. Sailing for the rebound, Larson, but Eastman outreaches her. Now outlets it up to Alish. Alish, right to the basket. Feeds it near side to Bartolo, and she brings it back out beyond the three-point line to Montag. Montag from way downtown, no good. Capacious had a hand on the rebound, but it's off her fingertips, and now Sievers runs. Sievers charging into the basket. Sidesteps, Montag lays it up and in. 5-0 Newell-Fonda starting off the ball game as Sievers is on the board for the first time tonight. The Newell-Fonda senior. Now Montag guns it into Eastman. Knocked away by Jungers with great hands. Goes right to Olshilo for Garrigan. Finds Bartolo. Bartolo a deep three on the way, and she airballs it. It's into the hands of Eastman on the offensive board. Those air balls are one of the hardest shots in basketball. The rebound as Alish drives in. Fingertip layup, no good. And it rolls out to Hinders for the Newell-Fonda rebound. Garrigan with a cold offensive start on the road, down 5-0 against Newell-Fonda. Hinders on the left wing, gets it into the high post to Jungers, finds the cutting Larson along the baseline. Eastman cuts her off, ball's thrown off the back of the backboard and knocked out of bounds. Eastman got a finger on that one, or did she? The referee pointed the ball staying for Newell-Fonda, but Garrigan's going to inbound it here, so I guess, yeah, Newell-Fonda basketball. Capacious was getting ready to inbound it. Coach Schwab not too happy on that one, and the referees will now confer and talk about this. Larson was marooned along the baseline and tried to throw a sidearm pass back into play and got too much loft on that one, hit it off the back of the backboard. Not something you see every day, as it appears unlikely they will change the calls. Right now they're explaining it to Coach Schwab, who does not appear to be jumping for joy right now on the sideline. So 4:55 on the clock, 5-0 Newell-Fonda. Mustangs allowing just 33.3 points per game this year. Garrigan giving up just over 40 points per game defensively. Jungers from the baseline unguarded, lobbing it into the substitution. Morady Brabic. Three-point ball on the way, in and out. Sievers can't knock that down, and Bartolo chases down the rebound. Mustangs have had a couple one pop out of the drain so far tonight as Bartolo gets into the front court. Ball was tipped briefly by Anna Mercer, who just checked in. Alish sets herself for a three-point ball, can't bank it in. Long rebound pops out, and it's taken by Ava Vi, the 5'9 sophomore for Newell-Fonda. The cutting Jungers under the basket, misses the layup. Vi on the cleanup, and she misses a wide-open layup. Jungers' third opportunity, and she got hacked. Newell-Fonda is just so quick. It is hard to get a body on them in transition when they're trying to get an offensive rebound and putback. And the third opportunity ends up being the second foul against Bishop Garrigan's Graceland Eastman. So just like against Lake Mills on Tuesday night, Eastman gets in early foul trouble, and that is not a good sign for the Golden Bears as Jungers knocked down the free throw. This Newell-Fonda team has more length than Newell-Fonda teams of recent years. You have Jungers at 5'11", Hinders at 6'1", Anna Mercer off the bench at 5'10", and Walsh off the bench at 5'11". So Bishop Garrigan needs Eastman to stay clean tonight and be able to match up with some of the size Newell-Fonda has. A lot of tall, athletic players. Here's the press in the backcourt. Capacious guns it up to Montag, and Bishop Garrigan breaks the press again. That has not been the issue tonight. The issue has been shooting free balls for Bishop Garrigan and finding clean looks on offense. Bartolo up near half court. Brabic guards her with 4:12 on the clock. Alish near side of the court in front of the Newell-Fonda student section, right down beneath us. A lob inside to Eastman. Ton of traffic, and Vi knocks it away. Vi up the court, halfway done on the first quarter. Now it's Sievers. Heads right across the lane. Sievers looks back outside, and she will fling it to the outside to Vi. Rotates it over to Sievers. Three-point ball, and she drains it. 10-0 Newell-Fonda. Garrigan having a nightmare start here in the Newell-Fonda Gymnasium, desperately looking for that first bucket to break the ice. Capacious half-court pass inside to Eastman. Right at the bucket, her layup, too strong, and the rebound is ripped down by Mercer. Garrigan has not been able to buy a bucket so far in the first quarter. Sievers running offense for Newell-Fonda, shooting 50.5% from the field. She gets to Mercer. Mercer dribbles in, left of the lane, spins against Eastman, and she spun too hard and traveled. Eastman planted those feet, stayed in front of Mercer, and Mercer kind of got caught. Didn't get close enough to the basket to really shoot a true layup, but Eastman kind of picked her up about halfway down the paint. So turnover by Newell-Fonda. Capacious to inbound from the baseline, giving it to Emmy Bartolo. One of the keys to beating this full court press is trying to keep the ball in between the volleyball lines on this court. As the pass across court is tipped to Olish. Garrigan breaks the press. Pass inside to Eastman. Knocked away by Hinders. Hinders in front of Eastman that time. And much like Newell-Fonda did against Audie Crooks at times, they're doing a great job of denying that entry pass into the lane. Graceland Eastman has not had a clean touch so far tonight. Or maybe one clean touch, but a missed layup off of that. As Bardick finds Hinders under the bucket and lays it up and in. Nice find by Bardick, and Hinders with the easy finish. Bardick averaging 2.7 assists per game so far this season. And Capacious picks up her dribble in the backcourt. She's in trouble. She needs help. And a timeout by Coach Brandon Schwab and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. 12-0 Newell-Fonda, and a 60-second timeout called by Coach Schwab. We'll take it with him on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Newell-Fonda jumping all over the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears to start this game up 12-0 at the 2:50 mark of the first quarter. Tyler Lance with you on Home Country KLGZ as Emmy Bartolo brings the basketball across half court for Bishop Garrigan. The full court press hasn't been the issue tonight. Garrigan in the half court, though, has not gotten the entry pass into Eastman. As Alsh's pass knocked away, deflects to Eastman, scoops the layup up and in. And finally, Bishop Garrigan's on the board at the 2:33 mark of the first quarter. It's 12-2. Deep pass from half court, almost went out of bounds, but Newell-Fonda saved it with Bardick. Now Severs top of the key, picks up her dribbles. Alsh stays in front. Back up top to Severs. Gets it in the left corner to Larson. Golden Bears sitting back in a 2-3 zone. This is the right angle for Bardick. In and out, no good. And Montag had the rebound briefly. Eastman took it away for some teammate-on-teammate crime. And the Golden Bears get up the court before Newell-Fonda can set up their press. Capacious corner to Olish. Sneaks past Severs on the baseline. Feeds a wide open Eastman and she lays it in. What a find by Seisha Olish. And Bishop Garrigan has some energy coming out of the timeout. Olish averaging 4.5 assists per game so far this season. The 5'6 Bishop Garrigan sophomore dishes that one out. Edge of the lane, Bardick. She'll settle for a mid-range jumper off the back of the cup, and Montag snatches down the rebound. Big possession for Bishop Garrigan early in the first quarter. 1:42 on the clock, and a double dribble by Bartolo. I won't say it's an unforced error because she had Severs in front of her, but that was not a trap. That was just one-on-one defense. And Bartolo looking to rush and get that pass up the court for Bishop Garrigan as Eastman checks out. Murphy checks in. Reagan Murphy, the Bishop Garrigan senior, will play in the back line in the center of that 2-3 zone defense. Bishop Garrigan got down 15-5 against Lake Mills on Tuesday. Played man-to-man to start the game, switched to a 2-3 zone, and had great success as a nice sidestep in the lane by Kinsey Hinders, and she sets the basketball in to make it 14-4. Newell-Fonda back up by 10. Bartolo passes away from the double team. Capacious, nice job keeping the ball in the center of the court as she crosses the Newell-Fonda logo. Jumps and passes to Bartolo near side. 1:22 left in the first quarter, and Bardick steals it. Bardick picks her pocket, runs the floor, lays it up and lays it in. And just like that, the 4-0 run by Bishop Garrigan is a distant memory, and they are back down by 12. 12 has been the largest lead so far today for Newell-Fonda. First bucket by Isabel Bardick. In the corner, Bartolo. Bartolo lets it fly for a three-point ball. A little bit too hard on that one. And a loose ball foul against Bishop Garrigan on the rebound. Bardick picking up her 18th steal of the season. Had 17 in 3 games coming into tonight. And Newell-Fonda will bring in that bench crew once again. The same 3 players who checked in last time. Braubeck, Mercer, and Vi all checking in for Newell-Fonda. 16-4 Mustangs. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Coach Schwab said in the pregame, 10 seconds is a lot of time to take the ball across half court, but I'll edit that and say 10 seconds feels a lot quicker when you're facing the Newell-Fonda press, as a corner 3 is way too strong by Vi for Newell-Fonda, chased down by Braubeck, and she throws it off the hand of Zoe Montag, who knocks it away. Newell-Fonda keeps it with 48.5 seconds left in the first period. Golden Bears defeated Lake Mills on Tuesday 60-33. Their 30th straight win since losing last year's opener against Hopkins, a Minnesota team that had 6 players being recruited for Division I basketball. And the Golden Bears played up in the Twin Cities Thanksgiving weekend. 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Brabeck has it left wing as Bartolo is in front of her. Down into the corner to Vi. Drives baseline against Capacious, and that is going to go against Abby Capacious on the foul. And that is going to be foul number 2 against the Bishop Garrigan senior. So Eastman with 2 early fouls, Capacious with 2 early fouls. And once again, Bishop Garrigan finds themselves with some foul trouble in the first quarter, as that is team foul number 5, sending the sophomore Ava Vi to the free throw line. Vi with 13 points in 3 games off the bench so far. She knocks that first free throw in to make it 17-4 Newell-Fonda. Mustangs graduated 3 of their 5 starters from last year. You had Mary Walker, who was a 15.7 point per game scorer. Mia Walker and Lainey Hograve as the second free throw misses. Golden Bears had the rebound, but they dropped the ball. Newell-Fonda has it. Elbow jumper Jungers, and it pops out of the cup, no good. Off of the board for Sievers, and she'll back it up beyond the perimeter, and she stepped out of bounds. Oh, mistake there by Sievers. Did not know where she was on the floor and just stepped out along the baseline. An unforced turnover, this time by Newell-Fonda. Mustangs turning the basketball over 14 times per game so far this season. Garrigan would like to force a few more of those as they tried to full court press against Newell-Fonda earlier. Capacious wings it over to Bartolo as she'll step across the timeline with 20 seconds left in the first quarter. 17-4 Newell-Fonda. Brabeck flashing at Bartolo. They throw Sievers at her as well as Bartolo sprints away to the right side. Keeps her dribbles, now hinders defender on the perimeter. Or make that Jungers. Olish top of the key. She'll step back looking for a space of 5. Olish dancing in. Wild layup, no good. Murphy on the cleanup. That's no good. And the first quarter will come to an end. Murphy ripped the ball away, but that was after the buzzer. Murphy ripped it out of the hands of Jungers, but her layup before the end of the first quarter is no good. All Newell-Fonda so far, 70-4 Mustangs as we head to the second quarter on KLGZ 98.5 FM and AM 1600.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kossuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Runke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Start of the second quarter here on Home Country KLGZ as Newell-Fonda leads Bishop Garrigan 17-4 in the state championship rematch. Hinders double teamed in the post, gets it into the corner to Larson. Shot puts up the 3-point ball and she line drived it. Offensive rebound though for Isabel Bardick. Newell-Fonda is winning on the board so far tonight. Pass inside Hinders and she bangs it off the glass for 2 more. Kinsey Hinders 6 points already and it's 19-4 Newell-Fonda. Kinsey Hinders coming into tonight, averaging 8.7 points per game on over 64% shooting. The Newell-Fonda junior lone underclassman in the starting lineup as the pass is knocked out of bounds. Bishop Garrigan keeps it with 7:30 on the clock. Golden Bears have to find a way to get into a functional half-court offense tonight. Newell-Fonda's done a great job denying that entry pass from Graceland Eastman. You no longer have Audie Crooks, who's 6'3", and a dominant physical force for the Golden Bears. Now you have Eastman, a different kind of post player as a freshman, but Newell-Fonda, they're so quick, they're so athletic, and now they're taller than they've been in years past, as Capacious has it on the right wing. Abby Capacious going to work off the dribble, gets to the baseline, backing up against Larson, and a foul against Larson. Trying to get physical with Capacious, and a little hand check there, as that'll be foul number 1 of the quarter on Newell-Fonda, and foul number 1 personally by Greta Larson. A new member of the starting lineup is Larson. Appeared in 22 games off the bench last year. Had 18 steals in those 21 games for the Mustangs. Steals always a big category in the Newell-Fonda stat sheet, as Olish has it deep on the wing. Pumps looking for Capacious. They try to deny her the ball. Now Capacious comes to get it on the handoff. 1 minute gone. In the quarter as Montag launches a three-pointer, a little bit too far, and the loose ball is tracked down by Hinders. Gets the outlet up quickly to Bardick, coming up the far side of the court. Bardick top of the key, Hinders, sets herself for a free ball, missed it right, and Eastman by herself in the lane for the rebound. Bartolo up to Montag. Golden Bears get it across the full court press. Montag into the corner to Olish, catch and fire three-point ball, and she cans it. Seisha Olish knocks down the first 3 of the game for Bishop Garrigan, and it's 19-7. Newell-Fonda still leading. Golden Bears #1 in the top of Iowa West, shooting 35.8% so far on three-pointers this year. Larson left open on the wing. Larson drives in, stops for an elbow jumper. Line drives it off the glass, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Saved into play, though, right in the center of the paint, and laying it up and in is Bardick. Hustle play by McKenna Sievers. Saved it right into Bardick, and she was wide open for the lay-in. 21-7 Newell-Fonda. Football score here as the ball is lobbed down to the baseline. Eastman way too deep to shoot it. Her pass knocked away. Sievers got a hand on it. Now here comes Bardick off the steal. Bardick runs the floor, threads the needle to Jungers. Jungers off the window, too strong, and Capacious rips in and out a rebound. Abby Capacious with double-digit rebounds so far this season, 10.3 per game, and she had a big game against Lake Mills with 14 rebounds. Capacious deals outside to Bartolo, eyes the three and drives instead, now finds Montag on the wing, tries again, and his three-pointer misses a little bit towards the near side, and the loose ball is picked up off the ground by McKenna Sievers. The Garrigan crowd wanted a loose ball foul, pass to the baseline to Jungers, saves it, but then throws it out of bounds. It was last touched by Sasha Alish as Newell-Fonda will keep it. Jungers' momentum was taking her out of bounds there and did a nice job keeping her foot in play, but on the other end, boy, Eastman was in a physical battle for the rebound that time, and a lot of Garrigan fans here tonight, they voiced their opinion and said that should have been a loose ball foul, but they will not get that one. With 5:38 on the clock, it's Newell-Fonda 21, Bishop Garrigan 7. Sievers on the right wing, skip feed into the corner to Vi. Now Brabick on the perimeter. Back up top to Sievers. Looking inside, now starts right of the lane, cut up by Alish, bounces to foul line Jungers, turns around and swishes the jumper. Beautiful stroke that time by Jungers. She's been leading the team with 46 points so far this season, not including the 4 she has tonight. Alish feeds Eastman in the post, knocked away briefly by Mercer, went right back to Alish. Alish across the lane, jumps and passes outside to Bartolo. Brabick in close defense. Bartolo splits down the lane. Scoop layup is wild, but a foul against Newell-Fonda. Now the Mustangs can't believe it. They don't like that one, as that'll be foul number 2 of the quarter against Newell-Fonda. That will give Bishop Garrigan a chance to take a deep breath and shoot some free throws, and they have been spectacular at the free throw line. Bishop Garrigan went 23 of 28 against Lake Mills on Tuesday from the charity stripe, and that helped make up for a night where they shot only 30% from the field, as Bartolo cans the free throw and makes it 23-8. Golden Bears were just 5-23 on three-point balls, and that cold shooting, unfortunately for Bishop Garrigan, has followed them tonight to the Newell-Fonda Gymnasium. As Bartolo's next free throw is good. That'll make it 23-9. Sievers quickly up the court for Newell-Fonda, finds Vi in the corner. Vi catches, fires, and drills a three-pointer. Mustangs answer once again, 26-9 Newell-Fonda. Vi with 4 points as Capacious brings it across half court. Newell-Fonda not pressing very vigorously the past couple of possessions as they're playing really good half court defense right now. Alish left of center, flips to Capacious. She'll line up a three-point ball, and she swishes it. Abby Capacious knocks down a three, and now we're seeing some trays start to drop inside the Newell-Fonda Gymnasium. Vi in the corner, tries again. That one's way short, and the rebound bounces into the palms of Graceland Eastman. Bartolo up to Capacious, now near side to Alish. Eyes the bucket, gets the defense crossed up, sidesteps, three-point attempt blocked by Sievers, and then a step out of bounds. Boy, that was almost a foul on Graceland Eastman. I thought there was a whistle when Eastman was right in the area, and that would have been our 3rd foul if it was, but it was Sievers stepping out of bounds for Newell-Fonda. I think Coach Schwab was taking a deep breath on the bench as well, but Garrigan will keep the basketball here, 26-12. As Alish had that three-point attempt blocked by Sievers. That is a risky play. That's 3 free throws for Garrigan and a very good three-point shooter or very good free throw shooter if that one gets knocked down. As now the referees will confer here with 4:24 on the clock. This may be a clock issue right now because they're looking at the shot clock on the scoreboard to see if the clock is at the right spot. They're going to change it down to 29 seconds. Yeah, they'll say Garrigan never lost possession there, so shot clock's down to 29 seconds. Bartolo deep on the wing, finds Capacious, jumps and catches, weaves in between traffic as he draws a foul. A subtle move, but a great move by Abby Capacious. Draws the 3rd foul of the quarter by Newell-Fonda. She was among the trees with 3 Newell-Fonda defenders down there. Made a subtle move towards the right, ripped the ball down low, and then brought it back up. And Abby Capacious rewarded with 2 free throw attempts. 7 of 9 from the line so far this season. The second team top of Iowa West selection the past 2 years. Knocks that one down. Newell-Fonda still doubling up Bishop Garrigan at 26-13. Newell-Fonda so far leading the Twin Lakes with 18.7 steals per game this season. And they have been getting those against Bishop Garrigan, but when the Golden Bears are at the foul line, Newell-Fonda cannot steal the basketball, obviously, as a timeout is called by the Mustangs. Capacious now with 5 points, and it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Well, the game has settled down. Newell-Fonda scored the first 12 points, and the teams have played even basketball since then, but that's the problem inside this gymnasium. When you spot one of the best teams in the state 12 points, you're going to be playing uphill for a long time, and that is the case for Bishop Garrigan. Newell-Fonda can score rapidly, and they can certainly keep the pressure on defensively as well, so Bishop Garrigan, they're going to have to heat up on three-pointers a little bit. Again, they're going to have to find a way to get Eastman some good looks in the post. That has been the number one thing that's impressed me about Newell-Fonda so far today, not letting Eastman get those clean post touches. She's done a great job for Bishop Garrigan, whether it's a zone defense or a man-to-man defense earlier this season, commanding the ball in the post. In fact, she had 25 points and 13 rebounds against Lake Mills, but Newell-Fonda has clearly keyed in on Eastman and said she's not beating us tonight with easy twos under the bucket. Out of the timeout, Brabek has the basketball for Newell-Fonda, now gets it up top to Bardick. Bardick pestered by Olish. Olish rolls it away and goes to Bartolo. It's a Garrigan steal. Bartolo angles towards the near side of the court, then weaves back to the right. Finds Montag, sidestepping, lobbing to Eastman, and the pass is too tall, but Newell-Fonda touched it as it was going out of bounds. Eastman was in a sandwich that time. Mercer was down there in the last one to touch it for Newell-Fonda. As Olish will inbound just to the far side of the bucket. The Bishop Garrigan sophomore looks, lobs into Eastman, top of the key, picks the ball off the top of the head of Ava Vine, gives it off to Bartolo. Bartolo drives right up the lane, fakes the pass, and lays it up and in. Montag was in the corner. Bartolo faked it right towards her. That really caught the defense off guard. That faked them out, and that set up a nice layup attempt by Emmy Bartolo. She has 4 points. 10-point deficit for Bishop Garrigan. Hinders in the post. Backing in against Eastman. Powers it up. Rolls off the cup. No good. And the rebound volleyballs over to Abby Capacious. Coach Schwab says, let's get some pace going. But Abby Capacious will wait for Emmy Bartolo to come and collect the basketball. Vi guarding Bartolo. She comes across half court. And that's a 10-second violation. Bishop Garrigan didn't get it across in time. Bartolo was trying to set up a move there against Vi, but just took it across too casually. So the first 10-second violation of the night comes, and not in the way we expected it. That was, again, just one-on-one there, and Bartolo not seeing the shot clock, ticking down to 25 seconds. Well, Coach Schwab wanted his team to be calm, breaking the half-court press, as he said in the pregame interview, but maybe a little too calm that time. As ball's knocked away from Larson, and Garrigan has another steal. Olish comes up with it, crosses over as Bishop Garrigan's Olish brings it across half court. Olish left of the lane, flips it into Eastman, but threw it right to Jungers instead. Jungers quick outlet to Sievers, drifts towards the right wing, finds the cutting Hinders in the lane, power dribbles, puts it up and draws the foul. Zoe Montag, the guilty party for Bishop Garrigan's first foul of the quarter, and Newell-Fonda getting out in transition once again. Golden Bears, of course, 26-1 last season. Newell-Fonda finished 24-3. Believe it or not, those 3 losses were the most for Newell-Fonda since losing 4 in the 2016-2017 season, as Hinders knocks in a free throw and she has 7 points. Over the past 6 seasons, Newell-Fonda has 157 wins and 7 losses. They have been consistent, and they've been at the top of Class 1A multiple times, as Hinders now has 8 points at its 28-16 Mustangs. Golden Bears have Olish deep on the wing, 3-point ball, and she hits it! Seisha Olish from way downtown knocks down a 3-pointer, and it's 28-19. Newell-Fonda with the basketball, right of the lane, it's Jungers. Gets it across court to Sievers. She'll try to answer. 3-point ball short, and Eastman secures the rebound. Bishop Garrigan back down to single digits for the first time since it was 9-0 Newell-Fonda. Bartolo on the wing, same spot as Olish. It's good, too! Back-to-back 3-pointers by Bishop Garrigan, and they're back in it just like that. 2:23 left in the first half. 28-22 as Bartolo has 7 points. Jungers right of the lane, takes a wide angle, and she banks it off the glass for 2. What touch by Kiara Jungers that time. Eastman forced her wide of the paint, but she laid it in anyways. As in the corners, Olish. Olish feeling it, shoots it, too strong, and the rebound is snatched out of the air by McKenna Sievers. Sievers runs up the court, Sievers looking, dishes to Hinders, she's open, and her pass knocked away by Montag, went into the hands of Jungers. To the foul line, Sievers back inside Jungers, puts the right hander up and swirls it into the cup. Kiara Jungers, lethal from mid-range and lethal in the paint as she has 8 points. And now a full-court pass thrown away by Bartolo. Hinders intercepts and gets it out to Larson. Now finds the cutting Jungers. Left of the bucket, missed the layup, and Capacious snatches another rebound away from Jungers. 10-point Newell-Fonda lead. Eastman running the floor. Eastman sidesteps, lays it up and lays it in. How about the Bishop Garrigan big getting out in transition and running. Eastman of 6 points, 32-24 Newell-Fonda. Garrigan trying to overcome that early 12-0 deficit as they dug a big hole in the road. Didn't score until about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. In the corner, Sievers feeds it cross court to Jungers, sets herself for a free ball, way short. Larson sailing in, missed the rebound though, but it pops out to Sievers. Inside Jungers, under the bucket, and her layup bounces in. Rubber in for Kiara Jungers off the soft touch, and a 10-point Newell-Fonda lead again. 10 points by Jungers so far, averaging 12.6 points with 5.9 rebounds. As Bardick swats the basketball away from Bartolo out of bounds. Hinders and Larson heading to the bench. Brabek and Mercer coming in for Newell-Fonda, as Garrigan will respond by bringing Reagan Murphy into the ball game and sending Graceland Eastman to the bench. Capacious and Eastman both had 2 fouls in the first quarter. Neither of them has made a foul so far in the second quarter, which is big for Bishop Garrigan. Bartolo getting pestered by Bardick. Ball rolls to Murphy, and Murphy had a pick from behind by Severs. Here she comes, drifts towards the far side of 50 on the clock. Severs cross-court feed, catching his Bardick, letting it rip, drilling a three-pointer. Big shot by Bardick, and Newell-Fonda up 37-24. Bishop Garrigan will throw it away. Mercer takes it, feeds it to Bardick, and she lays it in for 2. 5-0 run by Newell-Fonda off the turnover by Bishop Garrigan. Now Capacious gets it in before the 5 seconds. Finds Montag. Up ahead to Murphy. Murphy almost traveled, got it to Olish. Corner pocket Trey on the way, and it's an air ball. It rolled off the leg of Reagan Murphy and out of bounds with 24 seconds left in the quarter. It was 32-24 about 20 seconds ago, folks. And now it's 39-24 as Newell-Fonda is on a 7-0 scoring run. And that's what happens inside of this gym. That's a shame for Bishop Garrigan. They worked hard to get back into it, but Newell-Fonda closing the quarter strong. And that can be a big underrated factor in basketball games. Who can score the last 4 or 5 points of each quarter oftentimes is going to have the momentum and have the edge as the shot clock is off. Brabeck on the right wing gets it into the right corner to Jungers. Now back on the wing to Brabeck. Alyssa Hogan in for Garrigan. Corner for Severs, in and out. And the rebound in the lane by Bardick. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Severs works, try to pass it into the lane to Mercer. Knocked away back into her pocket in 5 seconds. Severs to the right, finds Mercer, lets it fly, hits a three-pointer right before halftime. Anna Mercer, fresh off the bench, hits a three-pointer for Newell-Fonda, and the Mustangs blowing it open again before halftime. A 10-0 run before the half arrives, and it's 42-24 right now. Mercer had been 6 of 11 on field goals so far, but most of those twos, so she knocks down the big three-pointer, and Bishop Garrigan finds themselves in a big hole heading into the half. Newell-Fonda 42, Bishop Garrigan 24 as we step aside for a timeout on Home Country KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Welcome you back inside the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium as at the half. It's Newell-Fonda 42 and Bishop Garrigan 24. Right now we're going to take a break from the girls' game and preview the boys' game with Bishop Garrigan coach Mark Meister. Coach, we appreciate you stopping by here. I do want to start with Tuesdays. You guys had another tough game on the early season schedule against the Lake Mills team that came off a couple of top Wild West titles the past couple of years. Just a couple of your takeaways from Tuesday from your guys.
I thought, we've kind of battled back as much as we could in that game. We changed some things, and I thought we tried to execute. They make it difficult to do what you want to do. We stood a lot and watched them on the boards, and we kind of try and pride ourselves on the boards, the defensive glass. That's our stop, and we like to get out and run on those misses, and they just pounded us on the glass. Too many turn and looks instead of turn and crash or turn and box.
And coach, offensively too, just Lake Mills made life difficult. A lot of contested shots. Balls went in, but a lot of times it was a lot of hard work to get those looks for you guys. So, offensively, how do you create a few more open looks tonight?
Well, we kind of changed a little bit what we're doing. Going back to running a little bit of secondary, we thought we were going to be able to just flow through our offense and play basketball after our first few cuts, passes, and screens and stuff like that. So we put that in to hopefully loosen it up and pick our pace up. So we thought the other day at practice we looked really well doing it. The JV boys did it tonight, and it seems like we're understanding what we're doing. So if they understand, hopefully the varsity does as well.
Absolutely, and coach, in tonight's varsity game, you faced a Newell-Fonda team that graduated 5 players who started games last year, so a very different look team. When you look at them maybe this year compared to last year, are there any differences or similarities you see?
Well, I'm sure they're going to run the same stuff. Their coach loves to do that press, and that'll be kind of their MO tonight. They're going to pass and move the ball well. I think with losing everything they did, that Severs kid kind of dominated the ball. He was a heck of a scorer. I think he averaged around 30, so that's a big hole to fill. I think what they're going to do is play a really well-balanced team game. I'm sure the passing is going to be fun to watch, not for me probably, but for everybody else in here. It'll be good basketball out of them. That's what we've seen on film so far.
And, Coach, one thing we remember from the past couple of matchups against them is the pace is definitely high. So how do you get to the right pace in tonight's game, and what does that look like?
Well, we want to be at that pace. The problem is playing too fast and having silly turnovers or, ill-advised shots. We want to get out and run like that. And those 2 early season games that we had scheduled were against good teams that can get out and run. And I think we're understanding that our pace and our crispness with our offense isn't there yet. So where these teams have been at, that's what we're fighting to be, and fight to be a really good team here by the end of it. We're still coming week behind from the football, and we're mixing in some young guys, some old guys, some guys that played some. So we're trying to gel. I mean, we're still kind of a young team, so we're trying not to panic. I think everybody's a little frustrated at the moment, so hopefully tonight victory puts us back on the right track, or a well-fought game.
Well, Coach, wrapping up, what's the biggest thing you need to see from your guys tonight to get a victory?
I want to see our pace be where we want it. Game 1 against Belmont, we had it. Obviously, they weren't as talented as the other 2 teams we played. Nothing against them, but that's just the facts. The pace was easy that night. We were able to get up and down, take a lot of shots, and we're trying to do that every night. The press, it will be the issue. Do we recognize it? Do we run our press break correctly? And, be aggressive at the right times. You can't get it and hold it, and you can't float through the press because you're pretty much manned up then, and there's a trap and you don't get the ball. So we got to be coming to the ball and be aggressive breaking that. And we're going to hopefully try and score against their press, see if we can get them to get out of it at some point. So that's the plan.
Well, Coach, best of luck tonight, and thank you for stopping by.
All right, thank you.
That is Bishop Garrigan coach Mark Meister previewing the boys' game as we'll step aside for another timeout. Halftime of the girls' game coming up next on Home Country Radio and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio. We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
Time at the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium as we get ready for the second half. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and the Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Right now it's the Mustangs 42 and the Golden Bears 24. Newell-Fonda started the first quarter on a 12-0 scoring run. They went up 12-0 in the first 6 minutes of the ball game, and Bishop Garrigan gradually worked their way back into it. They got it down to within 6 right before halftime, or got it down to within 8, I should say, right before halftime. But Newell-Fonda ended the first half on a 10-0 scoring run right before the end of the second quarter. So really in the middle there, Bishop Garrigan played fairly evenly with Newell-Fonda, but Newell-Fonda played great at the start of the first half, great at the end of the first half, and they have a 42-24 lead right now. And of course, you can't cherry pick. It's silly to say, well, Bishop Garrigan played great except for the times where Newell-Fonda played great, but right now, those scoring runs have just been crushing against this Bishop Garrigan team. And Coach Schwab talked in the pregame. He said Bishop Garrigan needed to come out and match the energy in the first 4 minutes, play a great first 4 minutes of basketball and set the tone. And unfortunately for Bishop Garrigan, task was failed on that one as Newell-Fonda got off to that double-digit lead early in the ball game. Again, this is a tough environment to play in, especially for a team that does have some players who have played here before. Bishop Garrigan played in this gymnasium 2 seasons ago, but a lot of those players either weren't starters or weren't the main role players on the team, with Audie Crooks and Molly Joyce leading the way at that point. So new leaders have to take charge for Bishop Garrigan and find a way to drag them back into it in the second half. Golden Bears did have a couple positives. The three-point ball started falling towards the end of the first half, and that's a big part of the reason why they were able to get back into the ball game. They did bring up the intensity. They forced turnovers from the Newell-Fonda offense, but the Mustangs, they were so timely. They won on the offensive glass. A lot of second-chance points for Newell-Fonda, and really in the half-court offense, Bishop Garrigan has looked disjointed at times. They have really struggled to get the ball into the post to Graceland Eastman. Newell-Fonda has had that absolutely blanketed so far in this game, and even though the Golden Bears have made a few threes towards the end of the first half, they shot a great share of air balls as well in the first half as well. Things just look a little rushed in the half-court offense. There's so much focus on breaking the full-court press, and the Golden Bears have looked pretty calm at doing that, but once they get into the half-court offense, things look a little bit rushed. That's hard. That's the tempo against Newell-Fonda. You have to break the press, then you have to slow down once you get to the half-court, but a lot of teams scramble to break the press, and they still scramble once they get into the half-court offense, so that is something Bishop Garrigan will have to solve as we get into the second half of basketball action. Well, it's home country basketball and also on the Algona Radio YouTube stream, brought to you by Chemna Auto Center, Algona Municipal Utilities, Iowa State Bank, Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona Framing and Auto Body, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. We get a big thank you to all those video streaming sponsors here on the YouTube channel, as the 5 starters of both teams will come back onto court to start the second half. Remember, Abby Capacious and Graceland Eastman both had 2 fouls, but that came in the first quarter. They avoided foul trouble in the second quarter. But still something to watch here as we get into the early moments of the second half. Again, 42-24 Newell-Fonda. Mustangs had a 17-4 scoring edge in the first. Also had a 25-20 scoring edge in the second quarter. As you get set to go, Bishop Garrigan has the basketball. They will head towards the far side of the court on our YouTube video stream, as Seisha Olish will get to the inbound for Bishop Garrigan. Olish was 6 points tonight. Came in averaging 18 points per game on the season for the Golden Bears, as the referee will wait for a few fans to walk by and find their seat. Not a lot of out-of-bounds room here in the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium. This is another one of the fans right on top of you as Hinders steals the inbounds pass immediately, sails to the bucket and lays it in. Hinders a chaotic force against this Bishop Garrigan team and has the lead extended to 20 points now at 44-24. Bartolo guarded by Bartek as she brings it across half court, passes away from the double team trap, and now Capacious on the wing gives it back up top to Bartolo for Garrigan to run their half court offense. Eastman comes out beyond the 3-point line to collect the pass from Capacious. Montag rotates the corner now to Olish. Bounce pass back to Montag. Up top, Bartolo, 10 on the shot clock. Bartolo backs up and now she'll drive. Eastman screens. Bartolo steps back. 3-point ball on the way, and she swishes it. Emmy Bartolo puts the 3-pointer in, and it's 44-27. 10 points by Bartolo, steal by Garrigan. Bartolo finds the cutting Capacious, and a foul. That's how you create momentum, and that's how Newell-Fonda does it. They force the turnovers on the full court press. Garrigan says, we can do that too. And Abby Capacious will head to the line for a couple of free throws, as that'll be the first foul of the ball game against Kiera Jungers. Capacious, with that jump shot free throw, knocks it down and makes it 44-28. Newell-Fonda leading Bishop Garrigan right now. Golden Bears at 70.7% from the foul line this season, number 3 in the top of Iowa West, as the free throw pops out on the second one, and Capacious claps her hands in frustration. Jungers dropped the rebound briefly, but picked it back up as Severs has it in the front court. Severs at the elbow, flings it near side to Bartek in the corner. Olish with a good closeout. Now on the left wing, it's Severs trying to shake loose. Olish guards, cross-court feed to Larson. Larson scoots by on the baseline, fires it into the lane to fruit right to Capacious. Golden Bears force another turnover, and here comes Addie Capacious, the Golden Bears senior, near the sideline, picks up her dribble, and she's running out of time, has to find Olish, and Coach Schwab will have to use a timeout. Bishop Garrigan with only 2 timeouts left as Coach Schwab calls that one. And that's another factor of playing against Newell-Fonda. They will sometimes try to trap you when you go inside of half court. That time Capacious wasn't really trapped, more so one-on-one, but Alish was coming to get the basketball. That was drawing in the second Newell-Fonda defender, and she was kind of fronting Alish there, not letting her get the handoff from Capacious. So the best course of action against Newell-Fonda, do not pick up your dribble, because that is when the Sharks will smell blood in the water, essentially, and the Newell-Fonda defense will really pounce and try to get after you to force a turnover. So Coach Schwab with 2 timeouts left to work with. Newell-Fonda has not yet had to use a timeout yet tonight, as Capacious will run the inbounds play from the far side of the court, or from the right side of the court, that is. Capacious looks. Still holding, fires it over to Bartolo off her fingertip, but Eastman there to back it up as Golden Bears avoid the turnover coming out of the timeout. Bartolo hands it off to Alish. Ball knocked away by Hinders. Alish dives on top of it in the backcourt, and Alish in the double team, and a jump ball forced. That's one where Coach Schwab could not afford to use his second to last timeout to save that possession, so Golden Bears will have to just let the turnover happen there as Newell-Fonda gets the basketball. Mustangs this season shooting most 3-pointers in the Twin Lakes Conference as far as attempts are concerned, as they have the basketball right now around the perimeter of Larson. Larson takes a couple dribbles at the top of the key, fires it in the lane to Jungers. Now near side Severs lets a 3-pointer rip, and she buries it. McKenna Severs hits again. She came into tonight just 3 of 20 on 3-point balls, but she makes it 47-28 Mustangs, as Alish has it near the top of the key for Bishop Garrigan. 6:12 on the clock. Alish throws behind Capacious. Ball's heading out of bounds, knocked out by Bardick. That was a near turnover for the Golden Bears. Capacious was going to backdoor cut towards the bucket, and Alish was expecting her to stay out beyond the 3-point line. Bartolo collects near half court. Severs trying to force her back over with an over and back, but Alish stays inside the half court line as now it's Capacious, inside to Eastman, back out to Montag, right wing 3-pointer on the way, and it rolls off the cup. Eastman offensive board, and she draws the foul. Oh, and she goes crashing to the ground late as she stumbled all the way out to the 3-point line with an assist by Hinders there, as the Newell-Fonda foul is going to be their second of the quarter, the first on Isabel Bardick. Eastman, 25 points and 13 rebounds on Tuesday against Lake Mills. 11 of 12 at the charity stripe as Lake Mills fouled her consistently, as Eastman misses the first one off to the right. Mustangs bring in the 3 substitutions. Brabeck, Mercer, Vi into the ball game. Hinders, Jungers, or Bardick, I should say, and Larson, and Hinders heading to the bench. Jungers will stay in for Newell-Fonda, and she'll inbound as Eastman splits the pair. It's 47-29 right now. Into the corner, Vi gets it back up top to Brabeck. High post to Mercer, dives inside, cut off by Eastman, flips it back out to Severs. Severs in traffic, lobs it near side to Hinders. In the corner, Capacious closes out, and the 3-point ball is short. And now Capacious grabs the rebound on the strong side of the court, passes out of traffic and finds Bartolo weaving across the half-court line. Emmy Bartolo fires it inside, or fires it over to Montag, who fires inside to Eastman, and the ball sails over Eastman's head out of bounds with 5:31 on the clock. So Golden Bears just still struggling to get Eastman those opportunities inside tonight, as the score is still 47-29 Newell-Fonda. Severs races into the front court, flips it over to Brabeck, pass tip, but Brabeck collects it. Severs with 20 assists and 13 steals so far in 3 games coming into tonight, as Mustangs have it down in the far corner of Jungers. Jungers cross-court feed, flips it back to Severs. Severs trying to cut across the foul line, gets it back inside to Jungers, peeled away by Zoe Montag, loose on the floor. Bartolo had it, and she gets it out to Eastman, and the Golden Bears can now steal a possession here from Newell-Fonda. In the backcourt, Bartolo fires it up ahead as Vi was defending. Brabeck jumped that pass in the front court, knocked it away from Alish out of bounds, as the Golden Bears will have to run what must feel like their 100th inbound play so far tonight. Hinders and Bardick back into the ball game, as Severs and Jungers go to the bench for Newell-Fonda. Newell-Fonda going 8 deep so far tonight. They've also given Walsh some playing time so far in the regular rotation this season, but we have not seen her yet in tonight's game as Bartolo collects the basketball in the backcourt. 47-29, Newell-Fonda on top of Bishop Garrigan as Bartolo has left around the perimeter and gives it off to Montag. Montag gets the pass over to Alish. High arcing 3-point ball, off the heel, no good. And Hinders with a fingertip rebound in the lane. Hinders grabbing just under 4 rebounds per game as there's a floater that's up and good by Brabeck. Just looking to attack right there. Beautiful floater, makes it 49-29 as Newell-Fonda back up by 20. Golden Bears break the press quickly. Eastman wraps the pass around to Alish, who lays it up and in. Great find by Graceland Eastman. That'll make it 49-31. Eastman averaging just under 2 assists per game for the Golden Bears, as she can pass out of the post. Vi gets cut off by Capacious and gets it back up top to Bardick. The Newell-Fonda senior heads right now, switches towards the left, runs into Olish, and that is going to be a blocking foul against Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears' first foul of the quarter, and foul number 1 against Sasha Olish, as Newell-Fonda will keep it. Brabeck will run inbounds play with 4:10 on the clock, and Mustangs keeping their lead in the teens throughout this third quarter. Severs runs point and flips it over to Brabeck, now back to Severs up top. Golden Bears back in the 2-3 zone defense right now, as they'll have to jump out quickly and make sure they cover that perimeter. Ball rotates quickly. Bardick passes up the 3, wants to drive, gets to the foul line. She's swarmed, ball knocked away by Olish, and Bartolo takes it. Turnover forced by Bishop Garrigan as Bartolo gets it up to Eastman, and back to Bartolo. Quick pass to Olish. Golden Bears get it past the full court pressure. Olish stepping inside, and she draws the foul. Great execution that time by Bishop Garrigan. Getting the steal, calmly getting the ball across half court, not rushing it, and then just good passing once they get it into the front court, as Olish will shoot 2 here. Sasha Olish, 18 points per game so far this season. She's been shooting just under 37% on 3-point balls and over 80% on the free throws, but she'll miss on the first one, left it short. I'll try to split the pair. 87.5% from the charity stripe so far this season for Olish. As Newell-Fonda brings their regular 5 starters back to the ball game. Olish again, and she'll swish the second one, 49-32. And we've got a timeout on the floor called by Bishop Garrigan, I believe, with 3:43 on the clock in the third quarter. So timeout called with 3:43 on the clock. Or nope, they'll say no timeout. That was just players going to the sideline and subs coming in, so. Bishop Garrigan will not pressure here. Newell-Fonda will bring it across half court. Reese Kemna coming in and playing at the top of the 2-3 zone for Bishop Garrigan. Kemna, Olish, Montag, Capacious, and Eastman. Golden Bears will go back to man now as the 3-point ball on the way, and it's good from Larson. Larson knocks down another 3-pointer. She had 0 coming into tonight. She has 2 in tonight's game. Hit the opening 3-pointer, and now the most recent one to make it 52-32. Olish into the forecourt, finds Capacious. Heads towards her right across the perimeter. Gives it to Kemna. Up top to Olish. Olish dribbles with the left hand, now to the right, back to the left. She drives in, scoops up the layup, and it rolls in for Sasha Olish. Hinders stayed vertical in the post that time, not wanting to draw a foul or make the Jungers stayed vertical, but Olish put some great English on that basketball to spin it in. Sasha Olish quietly with 11 points so far tonight. 52-34 Newell-Fonda. Sears running point. Kemna guarding as the pass goes near side to Hinders beyond the perimeter. The 6'1 junior holds the basketball over her head and finds Jungers on the left elbow. Jungers driving in, hands it off to the curling Severs. Severs inside the foul line, flips it up top to Larson. 10 on the shot clock. The Garrigan defense heating up. Bardick right in the lane, outside Larson. Larson left open, 3-point try on the way, left it short, ball deflects out of bounds, tracked down by Jungers. As she got to the spot before Eastman, Jungers marooned in the corner, and she'll escape with a couple of dribbles. She'll flip it into the lane, pass goes nowhere, and it's picked up by Reese Kemna. Good defense that possession by the Golden Bears. Now Capacious up the court, flips it up ahead to Olish, lets the defender fly by. Second defender comes in, Olish drives now, she'll stop. Mid-range J on the way, off the back of the cup, no good. Eastman trying to rip the rebound away, Hinders has it, and a jump ball is called. Ooh, and Eastman took some contact on that play. She's down on the floor right now. I think there was an inadvertent elbow as the 2 players scrapped and tried to rip that ball away. I'll tell you what, great hustle by Kinsey Hinders so far tonight. She plays all the way to the whistle, folks. Always fighting for the rebounds and the loose basketballs. Hinders had that ball initially. It was Eastman who was the second player to come in. And Eastman doing a good job forcing the jump ball as well as Olish looks from the baseline and lobs it up top to Capacious. Capacious gets to the foul line, deals to Olish in the left corner. Olish tried to drive and she traveled. Newell-Fonda was trying to jump out on Olish and really shut off the 3-point ball, so Olish thought, I'll drive baseline on that one, but took a really hard step to try to fake out the defense and got called for dragging the foot. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Top of the key, Larson rotates left to Severs, wide open, and that ball is short. Rebound deflects to Kemna, and she'll grab the rebound. Kemna in a double team, and she's going to travel. That was a clear and obvious call from in front of the Newell-Fonda bench. Kemna did not have any semblance of a pivot foot that time as the double team came at her. But boy, before that rebound by Kemna, that was an absolute breakdown on defense by Garrigan. Players had their hands in the air saying, who has Severs? And Severs is the last player you want to leave open on the perimeter. Murphy checks in, Kemna out for Bishop Garrigan. Bardick gets it into Jungers. Down onto the block to Hinders, off her hands and out of bounds. Garrigan gets the ball back, 1:49 left in the third quarter. And sub coming in as Emmy Bartolo returns, and Sasha Olish heads to the bench for Bishop Garrigan. Bartolo averaging 10.5 points per game this season. She's knocked down 10 of her 23 three-point attempts. Has hit a couple tonight. As Bartolo tries to shake loose, Bartek doing a great job face guarding Bartolo and not letting Bishop Garrigan's primarily ball handler get the basketball. Instead, it'll be Capacious. Weaves her way into the front court and finds Montag on the wing. Inside to Eastman, and a pass is jumped by Hinders. She'll knock it to Sievers. Sievers runs the floor. Sievers looks for Jungers, try to get inside. Now corner to Hinders. Hinders tees up a free ball, left it short, and the rebound is ripped down by Emmy Bartolo. Bartolo will avoid Sievers in the backcourt, handed it off to Murphy. He wasn't ready. Got it back to Bartolo. Running out of time up ahead to Murphy, and they get across that full court press before the 10 seconds. 1:18 left in the third quarter. 52-34 Newell-Fonda. Bartolo on the drive, scooped a wild layup, and it's no good. Bartolo had a little more space to take one more step before she laid that in as the pass is dumped to Hinders, trying to find the cutting Jungers and threw it behind her. Turnover as Bartolo has the basketball. Both these teams having some turnover issues tonight. As Capacious drives in, ball stripped away by Jungers. Loose on the floor again. Players pile on top of it. And a jump ball once again with 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Possession arrow towards Newell-Fonda as it has been jump ball after jump ball in this third quarter. Subs coming in all around. Regan Murphy to the bench for Bishop Garrigan. Graceland Eastman back in. Newell-Fonda sends Larson and Bartek to the bench. As Mercer checks into the ballgame along with Brabeck. Sievers pestered in the backcourt by All, slips ahead to Brabeck. Brabeck, top of the key, passes into the right corner to Vi, who also checked in for Newell-Fonda. Into the high post, Mercer goes to work, kicks it out. Vi, right angle three-pointer, and it pops up the cup, no good. Brabeck had the rebound briefly, and she got crashed into by Abby Capacious. A shoulder into the chest that time, as that's foul number 3 against Abby Capacious, and team foul number 2 of the quarter by Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears will set up in their 2-3 zone inbound defense here with the backs to the inbounder. No one open initially for Newell-Fonda. It's lobbed into the lane. Brabeck came open late, floats it up, missed it off to the left. Offensive rebound again, Newell-Fonda. Kicked out, three-point ball, Vi, and she cans it. Vi knocks it down, and Newell-Fonda all of a sudden getting some scoring off their bench. Vi with 7 points tonight, 55-34 Mustangs. A great offensive rebound by Newell-Fonda as Sievers kicked it out. All left open in the corner. Three-point ball in and out, and Jungers grabs the rebound. Quick outlet up to Sievers. Guns it underneath, finds Vi. Vi too strong on the layup, and the rebound ripped away by Zoe Montag. 11 seconds left. Montag finds Allish cherry-picking, threads it to Eastman. Jungers hustles back. Eastman keeps it away from her. Missed the layup, though. 5 seconds. Ball still loose. Along the baseline, Sievers saves it into Brabeck, and Brabeck won't get the shot off. Try to get the pass of the court onto the wing to Vi, and that shot came after the buzzer sounded and would have been no good anyways. So chaotic end to the third quarter as we'll head to the fourth. Newell-Fonda maintaining a 55-34 lead over Bishop Garrigan on KLGZ Home Country Radio.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
Start of the fourth quarter in the state championship rematch between the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and the Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Right now, Newell-Fonda up 55-34 as the Mustangs had an 11-10 scoring edge in the third quarter. Allish enters the lane, sidesteps Hinders, misses on the layup. The cleanup by Eastman, that misses too, and Hinders snatches the rebound out of the air. A frustrating night so far for Eastman as we've said multiple times, their opportunities have been limited by a great interior defense of the Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Hinders edge of the paint, trying to find the cutting Mercer, and it's swung by Garrigan, but Garrigan throws it right back to Newell-Fonda. Bartek floats it in. Bartek from point-blank range makes it 57-34 Mustangs. Number 2 ranked Newell-Fonda looking to improve to 4-0 if they can hang on here in the fourth quarter. As Bartolo gets it across half court, guarded by Vi along the perimeter. Bartolo tries to shake loose. Bartolo skip feeds over to Allish, catches, fires, long on a three-point shot. Eastman trying to chase it down, and it'll deflect out of bounds before Eastman can track that one down. Bishop Garrigan made 12 three-pointers in each of their first 2 games, but That has come back down to earth as the dangerous pass gets over the head of Capacious to Brabeck. Brabeck in the lane. She'll float from just inside the foul line. Missed way too strong on the jumper. She clangs it off the glass, and Garrigan has the rebound. But the shooting has come back down to earth in a big way. Garrigan has put a couple low shooting nights together if you include tonight and Tuesday against Lake Mills. Montag drives, heads down the lane. Montag off the window, and she puts it in. Montag, normally a three-point shooter, attacks the rim that time. She has her first two of the night, and it's 57-36 in favor of the Golden Bears, as we've got a whistle and a foul against Emmy Bartolo. Bartolo's first, Golden Bears first of the quarter. That comes with 6:44 on the clock. As Newell-Fonda brings Jungers and Larson back into the ball game, a couple of seniors. Jungers came into tonight leading the team with 46 points, shooting 51.5% from the field. As Severs runs point, she has 8 points so far tonight. Hinders with 10, Jungers with 10, Bardick with 11. Newell-Fonda has spread it out evenly as Hinders handles the rock right now. Hinders drives against Montag, and she'll draw the foul. That's the thing that makes Hinders so good for Newell-Fonda. She's a big who can actually handle the basketball. They even had her almost bring the ball up a couple times against Pocahontas area in their recent games. So Hinders, she knows how to handle the rock, and she can control it against even a smaller player like Zoe Montag. Bardick will make that Severs slice into the lane, rolls the left-hander up and in. Severs with another make, and it's 59-36 Newell-Fonda. Severs in double digits as Newell-Fonda has 4 players with 10 or more points in that starting lineup. Into Eastman, knocked away by Hinders. Once again, they tried to sandwich Eastman in the lane, and Hinders timed that jump perfectly, swatted the ball out of the air right before it got to Eastman's hands, and avoided the foul. Hinders has been impressive offensively tonight, but I'd say defensively, she's been the most valuable Mustang so far in this game. As Capacious cuts, catches the inbounds pass, and it rolls out of the cup, no good. It swirled around 3 times, it didn't fall, and it's been that kind of night for the Golden Bears. Bishop Garrigan does steal a pass in the front court. As Montag takes it, she'll bring it across half court. Montag drives, slips it into Eastman. Too strong on that pass, always trying to shovel it back in, but she stepped out. Montag was about 5 feet away from Eastman that time and threw a very, very hard pass, knowing that Newell-Fonda likes to reach in there and knock the pass away with quick hands. So she tried to put some velocity on it and get it in there, but that pass is way too hard for Eastman to catch from that close of a range. And a foul coming into the front court. Boy, that's 3 fouls already in this quarter by Bishop Garrigan. And that foul is number 2 against Stacia Alish. Again, Newell-Fonda just bring the ball across half court. Bishop Garrigan doesn't want them to let it get across the timeline for free, but they picked up 2 fouls in pretty quick succession by fouling the point guard, bringing it across half court. Severs flings it over to Larson, left open on the wing by Bishop Garrigan. Larson has knocked down 2 threes tonight after coming in over 10. At the foul line, Severs weaves towards the right side. Severs turns, looks for the cutting Hinders. Ball knocked down onto the floor and picked up by Zoe Montag as the Golden Bears force back-to-back turnovers by the Mustangs. Montag across the timeline, crossed over and left the ball behind. It rolls into the backcourt off the deflection by Bardick. Now Capacious gets it into the quarters to an open Bartolo, catches and fires and drills a three-pointer. Emmy Bartolo good again. She has 13 points tonight, and it's a 20-point deficit with 5 minutes left. As on the other end, driving it and scooping it up and in is Bardick. Garrigan too slow getting back on defense that time, and Bardick got the easy 2. She has 13 points. Outside Alish, deep 3 from in front of the Garrigan bench, off the front of the cup. Eastman rebounds, she's among the trees, finds the cutting Capacious and lays it up and in. Great vision by Eastman among the double team. Capacious came through the back door and laid it in for 2. Capacious with 8 points so far tonight. Bardick tries to answer, it's a 3-point try, off the front of the cup, no good. Rebound Larson, Larson falls down and she travels. Eastman influenced that play, got a hand in between Larson's body and the balls. Larson will head to the bench as well as Bardick. Mercer and Brabeck check in. Brabeck came into tonight 3 of 8 on field goals, all of those 3-point attempts, but she had a couple nice looking 2 jumpers earlier tonight as a timeout is called on the floor. It will be a full timeout as we'll step aside as well on Home Country KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
As we come back, Bishop Garrigan has the basketball, and they only have one timeout left as they trail Newell-Fonda 61-41 right now with 4:30 left. So if Bishop Garrigan's going to get back into this game, they're going to need some magic, and they're going to need it fast as Olish finds Bartolo. Still 19 on the shot clock. Bartolo shoots a three-pointer, and she swishes it. Emmy Bartolo from way downtown. She now has 16 points. Golden Bears now pressing up to Brabeck. Newell-Fonda able to get that press break of the cross-court pass, and now Sievers has it just inside of half court. Golden Bears trying to figure out who to pick up on defense as Jungers is on the right wing, guarded by Montag. Rotation around the perimeter to Sievers, near side of the court. The screen by Mercer. Sievers is going to use it and head right. Olish does a nice job of going over the top of the screen, but then she bumped into Sievers and fouled her. Foul 4 against Bishop Garrigan and foul 3 against Olish. 3:56 left. Newell-Fonda up 61-44 as the Mustangs inbound from the near side. Jungers finds Sievers down in the corners. Olish won't give her any space. Cutting across the foul line. Sievers now she'll back it up to the top of the key. Near the half-court logo is Sievers. She'll drift towards the right. Newell-Fonda in no hurry right now as they know time is on their side. High screen set by Jungers. Sievers crossing over, deals near side as she finds Vi. Now back up top to Brabeck. 16 on the shot clock. Brabeck right of the lane finds Jungers on the wing. Jungers wants to drive. Capacious cuts her off. Back out to Brabeck. Onto the wing again. It's Sievers. Launches a three. Left it short. Brabeck sails in for another offensive board. That's been a huge factor tonight for Newell-Fonda. The swarming effort on the offensive glass as a blocking foul called against Gracelyn Eastman, who goes stumbling. That was drawn by Anna Mercer, who looked to drive baseline for Newell-Fonda. And that's foul number 5 against Bishop Garrigan. So Newell-Fonda is going to be shooting free throws for the rest of the way. Mustangs a good free throw shooting team, 68.9%, number 1 in the Twin Lakes Conference in this early season small sample size. As the first free throw is up, and that one misses off to the left, no good as the score stays 61-44. Brabeck checks out of the game, Hinders back in for Newell-Fonda. With 3:21 left. Bishop Garrigan has not lost a game on Iowa soil since playing inside of this very Newell-Fonda gymnasium on December 9th of 2021. Olish, three-point ball from front of the Garrigan bench. A little bit too long. Rebound Eastman knocked out of her hands. It rolls away. Capacious had it. And that is going to be a foul against Newell-Fonda. With 3:10 left, that'll be the first foul of the quarter by the Mustangs as Garrigan will inbound from the baseline. For those who remember that December 9th of 2021 game, that was a game where Newell-Fonda got off to an early 19-4 lead. Garrigan came back, and Bishop Garrigan actually led by double digits late in the fourth quarter, but Newell-Fonda tied the game, sent it to overtime, and won 74-70 in that extra period. Capacious power dribble, puts it up and puts it in. Double-digit scoring for Abby Capacious as she's now up to 10 points for the Golden Bears. Bartolo of 16 leading the way right now as Capacious has 10. And Newell-Fonda with the basketball. Sasha Olish has posted 11 for Bishop Garrigan. Sievers handling the rock. Now up top it's Bardick. Bardick with a nice night of 13 points so far for Newell-Fonda. Coming in, averaging 6.7. Back to Sievers. Sievers right of the lane. Sievers works the baseline. Drives around traffic. Flips it into the paint to Jungers. Jungers floats it up and Jungers floats it in. Kiera Jungers now with 12 points, and it's 63-46 as Newell-Fonda fortifies their lead here in the fourth quarter. Down to the final 2:24 in this one. Lob inside to Eastman. Eastman catches. Eastman has it pop out. Got her own miss. Follows and scores. Graceland Eastman on the cleanup, and we have a timeout on the floor. 9 points by Eastman at 63-48. So quick timeout called. We'll take that timeout as well here on Home Country and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Boyd & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Purpling Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
As we resume here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, Emmy Bartolo commits a foul as Bishop Garrigan tries to full court press Newell-Fonda. Bartolo pleading her case and saying she didn't do it, but Newell-Fonda will shoot 2 free throws. They are in the bonus, and that will send McKenna Sievers to the charity stripe. Sievers a 72% free throw shooter so far this season, working of 10 points so far tonight. Essentially the commander of this Newell-Fonda offense knocks down the free throw. 64-48 Mustangs. Bishop Garrigan out of timeouts. Coach Schwab just called his last one. So whatever final words he had for his team in the huddle, that will have to last Bishop Garrigan the final 2:14 as they try to pull off a miraculous rally against the Mustangs. But Newell-Fonda continues to keep the pressure on. They keep the scoring going. They have not really had a scoring drought all night long, and it's 65-48. Bartolo heads right around the perimeter as we're down to the final 2 minutes in this one. Bartolo backs up to the wing, flips it into Eastman, knocked away again from behind by Hinders. Boy, is she good at anticipating that pass and jumping it or what. She's had a couple of steals off that. She's had a few knockaways, and she has played smothering interior defense against Graceland Eastman. And Jungers, of course, helping down there as well. The 5'11 Jungers and the 6'1 Hinders, they have really created tough opportunities for Bishop Garrigan. The points in the paint tonight are going to be low for Bishop Garrigan. They've hit a few three-pointers, but those looks inside just have not been there as Eastman tries to post up inside. Bartolo rainbows a three and swishes it. Emmy Bartolo from range makes it 65-51. Mercer for the basketball for Newell-Fonda. Bartolo now with 19 points for Bishop Garrigan, and the Mustangs are going to be content to burn as much time as their heart desires until Garrigan can come out and try to get a steal. Bardick dribbles near half court. Capacious flies at her, and Bardick unloads to Sievers. 1:32 left. Sievers near half court. Always trying for a steal. Always with the hip check and the foul. Honestly, not the worst thing in the world for the Golden Bears, even though this will result in 2 free throws. At this point, I mean, your only hope of getting back into this game is getting the ball back and scoring fast. And even that is looking like a long shot at this point. That is foul number 4 against Sasha Alish, as 2 free throws coming by McKenna Sievers. First free throw up, and that one is good. 66-51 at Newell-Fonda on top of Bishop Garrigan. Most of the Newell-Fonda wins against the Golden Bears have had a fast quarter start in common, and that was certainly the case tonight as Newell-Fonda went up 17-4 after one. Right now 67-51 as Sievers works with 14 points for the Mustangs. Alish with 1:20 left. Alish left to the lane, flips it into Eastman, knocked away again. This time it's taken by Bardick, and she gets it to Sievers. Sievers across half court as Bardick had the knockaway in the paint. And now 1:11 left. Newell-Fonda gets it across the half court line quickly, but now they'll slow it down as they get inside that half court line. And we tick down to the final 1 minute in this one. Bardick feeds it near side Sievers, 3-point ball, and she drills it. That is the exclamation point by Sievers, and it's 70-51. Newell-Fonda can put this one in the books at this point, as that is 17 points by Sievers. 50 seconds left for Bishop Garrigan. Bartolo desperation free, and it's an air ball off to the right. Ball heads out of bounds, and Newell-Fonda has it back with 45 seconds left in this one. Whenever the Mustangs have needed a big shot, they have gotten it tonight. And whenever they've needed a turnover, they have forced it. This is going to be a big ranked win for Newell-Fonda, as weaving around traffic is Sievers and gets it up ahead into the front court. Mustangs beat Class 2A number 8 Sioux Central by 10 points earlier this year. They also beat Pocahontas area in their most recent game, as Pocahontas area went to Wells Fargo Arena last year, but graduated all 5 of their starters from that Class 2A state team. Mustangs with the basketball. Hinders comes from the back door, and she lays it in. Kinsey Hinders puts it in, and it's 72-51. 12 points now by Hinders, as the Garrigan defense couldn't find her that time. Shot clock now off, down to the final 11 seconds in this game. Bartolo left to the lane, scoops the layup up, misses wildly, and Hinders secures the rebound. Final 5 seconds are ticking away, and Newell-Fonda going to enjoy this. A dose of revenge here in this December night, as Newell-Fonda knocks off Bishop Garrigan, 72-51. Sievers goes spilling to the floor late. She and Capacious had a little contact there, but they smile at each other and laugh that one off as the game comes to an end. Newell-Fonda breaks Bishop Garrigan's 30-game winning streak and hands the Golden Bears their first loss on Iowa soil since December 9th of 2021. This Iowa winning streak started with a loss against Newell-Fonda, and it's going to end with a loss against Newell-Fonda for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Mustangs, as we said, they are 4-0 on the season, and they have wins against 2 ranked opponents. Bishop Garrigan will drop to 4-1. We'll step aside for a timeout, look at the final scoring numbers coming up next on Home Country Radio KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
At Security State Bank, we focus on the needs of local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
Wrapping up game number 1 of our basketball doubleheader here on Home Country Radio KLGZ. The number 2 ranked Newell-Fonda Mustangs stay undefeated. They defeat the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears by a final count of 72-51. Looking at your scoring by quarter, it looked like this. Newell-Fonda had a 17-4 lead at the end of one, and that was largely due, in fact, they scored the first 12 points of this game coming in the first 6 minutes. Garrigan didn't score until about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter, so 17-4 Newell-Fonda after one. The Mustangs had a 25-20 scoring edge in the second quarter, going up 42-24 at the half. As again, Bishop Garrigan, they hit a couple of three-pointers. They trimmed Newell-Fonda's lead down to 8 points, but after that, Mustangs went on a 10-0 run to end the first half. Newell-Fonda had an 11-10 scoring edge in the third quarter to go up 55-34, and then both teams scored 17 points in the fourth as Newell-Fonda wins this one 72-51. Leading individual scores look like this. For Bishop Garrigan, Emmy Bartolo scored 19 points. It was Seisha Alish with 11, Abby Capacious with 10, and Graceland Easton with 9 unofficially. On the Newell-Fonda side of things, balanced scoring as well. McKenna Sievers with 17, Kira Jungers with 12, Kinsey Hinders with 12, Isabel Bardock with 13, and Ava Vi had a big 7 off the bench for this Newell-Fonda Mustang team. So for Bishop Garrigan, just a few issues tonight, especially in that half-court offense. They actually broke the press fine tonight. They didn't have a whole lot of backcourt turnovers. They got the ball across half-court, but things looked rushed in the half-court offense. Not a lot of good looks inside because Newell-Fonda absolutely shut off the entry passes into Graceland Eastman, due in large part to Kinsey Hinders and Kira Jungers, really just swatting balls away, jumping passes, great anticipation on the interior defense for Newell-Fonda, and they really just shut off opportunities for Eastman tonight on the interior of the Bishop Garrigan offense. Golden Bears had to settle for a lot of outside, either deep jumpers or highly contested jumpers, and just not high percentage shots for Bishop Garrigan, who has another cold shooting night against a team they could not afford to have a cold shooting night against. And really, Newell-Fonda had a big edge in the rebounding tonight, especially on the offensive glass. The second chance opportunities most certainly favored Newell-Fonda in this one. And for the most part, the Mustangs forced the Golden Bears to go 1 and out on the offensive side. So a good win for Newell-Fonda. And like they believe on a year-to-year basis, they are state championship contenders. They deserve that number 2 ranking as they've beaten 2 really good teams so far this season, with that win against Sioux Central and now a win against Bishop Garrigan. And for the Golden Bears, again, it's been a good start to the season, and tonight does not change that, but they still have a couple steps to go before they get back to the point that they were at as far as contending for Wells Fargo Arena, and that's certainly some steps they can make throughout the month of December and January as they get ready for February and postseason action. But a big early test for the Golden Bears goes the way of Newell-Fonda as the Mustangs win this one 72-51. We'll step aside for a timeout. We'll get you ready for the boys' game after this. We've already talked to Bishop Garrigan head coach Mark Meister at halftime of the girls' game, and we'll hear from Newell-Fonda head coach Chad Buckholz. It's coming up in a couple of minutes on Home Country and the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beich, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toll.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast. Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart. Fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Getting set for high school basketball action right now on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, as the Newell-Fonda Mustangs host the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Right now we're talking with Newell-Fonda head coach Chad Buckholz. Coach, as always, we appreciate your time today. If you want to start our listeners off with just an overview of your first 4 games of the season and, some of your big takeaways coming out of that.
We picked up a 22nd game against Kingsley Pearson to start the year, so we went over to their place, and they had a couple really good players, a good one kid that's going to play D1 football, and good athletes, and I thought we played pretty well for our first game. A lot of new faces, a lot of younger players with no varsity experience, and for the most part, we played fairly well. We just didn't shoot very well. We were 1 for 24 from 3, and so we ended up taking the loss there. And then the next night, we went to Whole Western Christian, and I think they're currently number 1 in 2A, and they're a very good squad. And we improved on a couple things that we had talked about and went over from the first game, and did a lot of nice things there. They're just a really good squad, and then we played Sioux Central last Friday. They're our big rivals, and we went up to their place. It's always a tough place to play, and again, we had 2 really good practices going into that game, and got better at a lot of things that we've been working on, and ended up pulling out the win over there. And then this past Tuesday, we played at Pocahontas, and good, kind of another rival there, and did a lot of nice things up there, played really well at times, played poorly at times too, and ended up getting another win. So overall, 2-2. Definitely a lot of things we need to work on and get better, and you can tell it's still early in the season, and we got a young squad, and just trying to get better every day.
And, Coach, it's an interesting year because obviously a lot of seniors graduated last year, and you have a lineup that's essentially 5 new starters with a little bit of experience coming back, but largely a very young team. So what are some of the challenges of such an inexperienced lineup, and how have you evaluated that so far?
Yeah, them first few games, I'm sure they're a little nervous, being first varsity games, and everyone's got new roles, so trying to just figure out those roles and just our substitution patterns and which plays work better for which guys and what kind of defense we're trying to run and all those type of things. So just trying to figure all those things out, and once we get those things ironed out, I think we'll be pretty good.
And, Coach, tonight in non-conference matchups, you guys welcome the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears to your gymnasium. What are your impressions of this Bishop Garrigan team, of a couple of things that stick out about them?
Yeah, they got the Joyce kid. He's a freshman, really athletic, really good. His older sister and older brother, I'm sure you guys are well aware of. They're very good players, and he's going to be really good too. He's really fast, really athletic. He's kind of herky-jerky type of player.
you don't always know what he's going to do, but he makes things happen. And then they got the Schwab kid, and he's a really smooth player. The way I explain it, he's kind of got an old man's game. He kind of gets to his spots, and he's got a really good shot, and then a bunch of good athletes around him too. And then you got the big guy in the middle. So yeah, pretty good team. They're pretty young too, but a lot of talent there.
No doubt about it. And, Coach, in addition to their guard play, Bishop Garrigan does bring some good height and some good size into the ball game. So how do you try to go about accounting for that?
Yeah, we got one big guy off the bench too that'll help match up to that size. But yeah, we're going to have to play physical and play with a lot of energy and box out well and trying to at least make that rebound battle close, if not win it for ourselves. I think that'll be one of the big keys this game is if we can rebound or not.
Coach, along those same lines, as we wrap up here, what do you feel are one of the two biggest deciding factors in tonight's game?
Yeah, rebounding is for sure one, and then just they're both younger teams still trying to figure out their roles and who can make shots. I think it's going to be a fairly competitive and close game, and whoever can make their shots, especially toward the end, will be key.
Coach, we appreciate your time today and wish you best of luck in tonight's game.
Thank you very much.
That is Newell-Fonda head coach Chad Buckholz here on Home Country Radio and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. More pregame coverage coming your way next.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Boyd & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Set for game number 2 of our basketball doubleheader, the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and the Newell-Fonda Mustangs, as the Golden Bear girls drop their first game of the season at 72-51, and now we get ready for the boys game. Before we do that, big thank you to our video streaming sponsors on the Algona Radio YouTube channel, Chemda Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Iowa State Bank, where they help people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Algona Frame and Auto Body, We Meet by Accident, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Having the advantage makes all the difference. Our boys matchup brings the 1-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears into the gymnasium with the 2-2 Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Both of these teams with a lot of question marks coming off the last season. For the Golden Bears, again, we've talked about it a lot. Long football season, short preparation for this basketball season, and a lot of new faces from last year as Bishop Garrigan graduated 4 of their top 5 scorers from last season. So it's a Golden Bear team that's finding their rotation, finding their roles, and really experimenting with a lot of things early in the season. On the Newell-Fonda side of things, they graduated 5 players who started games last season. So essentially an entirely new starting lineup, and they started off rough this season of 2 losses, 56-42 against Kingsley Pearson and 88-43 against Western Christian. However, they have responded with 2 wins, a big rivalry win against Sioux Central, 63-58, and one against Pocahontas area, 66-57. So Newell-Fonda found a way to win a couple of close games, and now they're back to 500 at 2-2, returning to their home gymnasium tonight to take on the Golden Bears. This has been a matchup that's gone in Newell-Fonda's favor the past couple of years with different-looking teams. 2 years ago, Newell-Fonda beat Bishop Garrigan inside of this gymnasium, 97-65. Then last year at Bishop Garrigan High School, it was Newell-Fonda winning 91-76. Golden Bears have lost 2 games in a row of their own. They played a tough early season schedule, as you've mentioned, after that win against Belmont-Clemmy. They faced Class 2A number 1 Western Christian and dropped that game 75-50 and lost on Tuesday against a very good Lake Mills team, one that's won the top of Iowa West in undefeated fashion 3 years in a row as they lost to Lake Mills 70-50. So Golden Bears could use a win tonight as the early season schedule very, very tough for them before winter break, and they'll try to win in a hostile environment at Newell-Fonda. We'll step aside for one final timeout. Get you tonight's tip-off coming up next on Home Country KLGZ.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon. Your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Tafe Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Drew Muller Jr., number 23.
Outside Mahler, he'll step back. 3 on the way, and he sticks it.
Justin Bauer, senior, number 15.
Rise for a mid-range jumper, rolls off no good. The follow by Bauer, he put it in, he got fouled. Chance for a 3-point play by Justin Bauer.
Logan Nemmers, senior, number 42.
Lobs it into Nemmers, on the block, takes a power dribble, puts it up and puts it in.
Carter Schwab, sophomore, number 24.
Now over to the right to Schwab, lets the free ball go, and he got it. Carter Schwab at the buzzer, drills his first 3-pointer.
Michael Joyce, freshman, number 11.
And the inbounds play is going nowhere. Joyce picks it into the backcourt, and he's going to flush it. Michael Joyce with the first throwdown of his high school career. Tip-off of your game is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio. Your Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears starting lineup for tonight's game against the Newell-Fonda Mustangs. Meanwhile, for Newell-Fonda and head coach Chad Buckholz, they will have the 6'1" junior Max Carlson, the 6'2" junior Mason Hoberman, the 6'tall sophomore Jackson Hograve, the 6'3" senior Eli Roberts, and the 6'2" junior Geisen Lyman. Golden Bear lineup is being introduced on the floor right now, as Bishop Garrigan will wear their road black uniforms tonight, with the gold bears across the front, the yellow trim down the shoulders of the jersey, and the yellow numerals on the front and back. Newell-Fonda in their home white uniforms, they have the blue trim down the side of the uniforms, the blue Newell, the number in between, and then the Fonda underneath the number. So Newell-Fonda wearing their home white uniforms tonight, and their lineup being introduced on the floor as well. This will be the first time this year the Golden Bears have used the same starting lineup twice. They mixed up their starting lineup in each of the first 3 games as they work to find that rotation and the optimal lineup, and this is the one they have for tonight, the one you just heard here on Home Country Radio. Logan Nemmers is heading towards half court. He will do the tip-off duties for Bishop Garrigan, standing at 6'5", going up against the 6'3" senior Eli Roberts of Newell-Fonda. Referee will walk the ball slowly towards half court. Newell-Fonda coming in 2-2 on the season. They went 18-5 last year, including a win over the Golden Bears. Bishop Garrigan 11-12 last year. They've started off this season 1-2. Ball's in the air. Nemmers wins the tip, and we are underway from Newell-Fonda High School as the Golden Bears head right to left on the radio dial. Schwab drives, dishes to Nemmers, collects, puts it up. Too short, no good. Not enough power behind that one by Nemmers as the rebound is taken by Eli Roberts for Newell-Fonda. And the Golden Bears miss an early opportunity. Left wing free for the Mustangs. Geisen Lyman can't knock it down, but Carlson sails in for an offense board. Carlson steps out. His free ball a little bit short, and Nemmers snatches the rebound out of the sky for Bishop Garrigan. Joyce with pace the other way, almost stepped out of bounds, collects the loose basketball and gives it to Schwab. Schwab on the wing, lets it fly off the back of the cup, no good, and Carlson secures the rebound. Both teams want a quick tempo tonight, so we'll be going back and forth very, very fast in tonight's boys matchup. On the left wing, Lyman gets it up top to Hoberman. Hoberman, the 6'2" junior, flings it over to the left as he finds Roberts. Now down near the corner, it's Hograve. Hograve stepping in for a long 2. Line drived it, and the rebound comes to the near side to Justin Bauer. Bauer wearing the knee brace on the left leg, finds Joyce. Joyce throws to Mahler underneath, but it's intercepted by Hograve, forcing the turnover. Hograve gets it up ahead to Geisen Lyman, who's averaging 7 points a game. Lyman squeezes past Nemmers, rolls the layup up and in, and the scoring gets underway with Geisen Lyman as he gives Newell-Fonda a 2-0 lead. Mustangs showing some pressure in the backcourt of Hograve against Schwab, and a blocking foul against Hograve for Newell-Fonda. First foul of the game, and it comes with 6:47 on the clock in quarter number 1 as the Mustangs pick that one up. Newell-Fonda is a team that's very aggressive defensively, but you can get them into foul trouble. Mustangs committing the 2nd most fouls per game in the Twin Lakes early in this season, nearly 17 a game, as Joyce tracks in the long pass near side of the course. Joyce weaves into the front court. Joyce driving in, scoops it up, and he draws the foul. Right on cue, Michael Joyce heads to the free throw line for a chance for 2 shots. Joyce has had a couple of very good games for Bishop Garrigan. He was their leading scorer against Western Christian of 23 points, and then the leading scorer against Lake Mills of 22. Both of those games, the Golden Bears were held to 50 points, so Joyce have combined 45 points over the past 2 games. 45% of that Golden Bears scoring output, as the freshman rattles on the first foul shot, and he gets the scoring underway tonight for Bishop Garrigan, as it's 2-1 Newell-Fonda. Bishop Garrigan last season, just under 61.5% from the charity stripe, just 6th in the top of Iowa West at that mark, as Joyce's second free throw rattles in, and he locks this game up at 2 apiece. Mustangs will get it quickly ahead of Mason Hoberman, guarded by Justin Bauer. Hoberman looking for the baseline. Bauer cuts him off, feeds the cutting Carlson. Ball stripped out of bounds. It will stay for Newell-Fonda. The good low hands by Michael Joyce to knock it out, as Newell-Fonda keeps the basketball, 6:33 on the clock. It'll be Lyman to set things in motion. Finds Hograve in the right corner. Hograve's 3 too strong. Offensive rebound, and the foul. Eli Roberts getting hacked by Drew Mahler. That rebound went over the head of Mahler. He had the inside position that time, but jumped a little bit close to the hoop. The rebound popped over his head, and Roberts to the line for a chance to shoot free throws. Roberts, though, just 6 of 19 at the charity stripe so far this season, as he knocks down the first one. 3-2 Newell-Fonda. Early moments of this first quarter from the Mustang Gymnasium. Mustang side of the crowd down the right side of your screen. Packed house as usual here at Newell-Fonda. Most of the Bishop Garrigan fans clad in black shooting over to our left, as there's a 2-for-2 trip to the line by Eli Roberts, and it's 4-2 Newell-Fonda. Joyce in the backcourt gets it to Nemmers, poked away by Roberts as Nemmers tracks it down, and he finds Schwab. Schwab with 3 seconds, gets it up ahead to Bauer before the 10-second call. Bauer dishes to Mahler. Mahler underneath the bucket, and he thought he got fouled, but he didn't, as Newell-Fonda got the clean block that time. Nice find, though, by Schwab, as Mahler was in good position inside. Lyman trying to go up and under against Nemmers. He turns that move off. Now the ball back out beyond the perimeter to the junior Carlson. Carlson, the leading returning scorer from last year, averaged 4.7 points per game for Newell-Fonda. Now driving in, shooting the floater, and knocking it down is Hoberman. Mason Hoberman makes it 6-2 Newell-Fonda, and now Schwab dealing with the full court press. Weaves into the front court. Passes to Mahler in the near side corner. Finds Joyce. Fakes the 3, crosses the foul line, and finds Schwab on the perimeter. Schwab driving in, Schwab hanging. He got it to drop, and a blocking foul against Newell-Fonda. Chance for a 3-point play for Carter Schwab. Carter Schwab, 51.2% from the foul line last season. And he'll try to finish a 3-point play for Bishop Garrigan, his first bucket. Well, head coach Chad Buckholz of the Newell-Fonda Mustangs gave Schwab a great compliment before the game. He says he has a lot of old man moves, he called them. And Schwab does have that old school style of game as Amari Thomas checks in for Logan Nemmers for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Schwab's free throw no good. Thomas almost skied up for the rebound there, but Hograve reaches it for Newell-Fonda. 6-4 Mustangs. Rotation into the corner to Lyman. Lyman towards the paint, directing traffic with the offhand. Bounces to cutting Carlson. Carlson flies in, rolls the layup up, but it rolls off the cup, no good. Everything but the finish, and now Joyce runs the other way. Joyce flying in, deals to Schwab, cuts the bucket and lays it up and in. Great transition opportunity that time by Bishop Garrigan, and they tie the game up at 6 apiece. 4 early points by Carter Schwab. Carlson deals to Lyman. Lyman underhanding it to Roberts, now back out top to Carlson. Carlson right of the paint, spins into the center of the lane, and his pass to the foul line goes behind Roberts, tries to shovel it back over before the backcourt violation, and he finds Geis and Lyman stepped out of bounds. Newell-Fonda turnover after a sloppy possession, and Garrigan gets it back with 5 minutes on the clock. Sink will check in off the bench. The 6-foot-tall junior for Bishop Garrigan will replace Drew Mahler, as Sink did start a game earlier this season among the mixed lineups the Golden Bears have been throwing out there. And Schwab will bring the ball across half court. Carter Schwab, 13 points per game so far this season. He's also second on the team of 20 rebounds, as now it's Amari Thomas in the near corner, gets it to Joyce on the wing. Eyes the bucket, flings it across to Schwab on the right wing. Catches, fires, drills a 3-pointer. Carter Schwab knocks down the 3, and Bishop Garrigan has their first lead, 9-6. 7 of those points courtesy of Carter Schwab. Schwab, 34.5% from 3-point land last year. As now the Mustangs running a more deliberate possession. Austin Harf, the 6'5 senior, is checked into the game. He's guarded by Amari Thomas. With the ball on the right wing, it's Hoberman. Heads left. Thomas bumps into his body. Now back outside beyond the perimeter to Brock Wilkin, who just checked in. Wilkin, the 5'7 freshman. Lyman gets to the elbow, deals into the corner to Hoberman. Hoberman lets it fly, free ball short, and Schwab gets the rebound. Golden Bears out quickly. Sink runs the floor. Sink lays it up, and he lays it in. Lyman backed off. He didn't want to pick up the foul and give Sink a 3-point play opportunity, and it's 11-6 Golden Bears. 7-0 run by Bishop Garrigan. Ball stripped by Schwab. It's out of bounds. And last touch by Newell-Fonda. That hit Hoberman's leg. And all of a sudden, the Golden Bears turning it up defensively and also finding a great, quick, early pace on offense. They've gotten Newell-Fonda in that transition game a couple of times so far tonight. Schwab passes right to Bauer, now threads it to Joyce. Bears break the press. Joyce hangs for a lane jumper. It rattles around the cup and drops in. That soft jumper by Michael Joyce falling in, and it's 13-6 Bishop Garrigan. Lyman driving the other way, bumps into Schwab, and a foul against the Bishop Garrigan sophomore. Schwab smiles towards his bench and questions that foul call as Newell-Fonda forces the second foul on the Golden Bears, first on Schwab. Mustangs so far this season averaging 53.5 points per game on offense. They're letting up 64.8 as they'll bring a couple subs into the ball game. Hografe and Roberts checking back in. Carlson and Lyman to the bench. Bounce pass towards the lane, intercepted by Trayton Sink, and yet another turnover forced by the Golden Bears. Joyce crossing the lane, dealing to Sink. Sink, short corner jumper, and he rattles it home. Trayton Sink from mid-range, and Bishop Garrigan is rolling here in the first, up 15-6. 3.5 minutes left in quarter number one as Hoberman turns his back to the bucket. Bauer pokes the ball. Now Hoberman drives in, hangs, scoops, misses as Thomas had the contest. Now out to Bauer. Bauer finds Sink. Power dribbles, puts it up, and missed. Tried to tip his own miss in, and sailing in for the rebound is Eli Roberts. Golden Bears miss a golden opportunity there as now it's Hografe in the front court. Hografe comes up top to Wilkin. Now over to Hoberman. Hoberman averaging 12.3 points per game on 50% shooting. He's knocked down at 9 of 17 three-point attempts this season as he drives into the lane this time. Deals outside to the curling Hografe. Foul line jumper, rolls around and drops through. That will break up the Bishop Garrigan 11-0 scoring run and make it 15-8. First 2 points by Jackson Hografe. Now Schwab, top of the key tray, and he answers right back. Carter Schwab sticks up the 3 fingers, and he makes it 18-8 Golden Bears. Timeout called by Newell-Fonda. They're saying someone pick up Carter Schwab in transition. It'll be a 30-second timeout as we will keep it right here. But it's Bishop Garrigan 18, Newell-Fonda 8. The 3-point ball's dropping for the Golden Bears. Coming into tonight, Carter Schwab and Michael Joyce had combined for 13 out of the 15 Bishop Garrigan made 3-pointers, and no exception tonight. Carter Schwab with 2 early 3-pointers. He has 10, and I'll tell you what, the defense is turning into offense. Bishop Garrigan is getting some great transition opportunities against Newell-Fonda. The Golden Bears have the advantage as far as pace is concerned in this game, and that's exactly what Coach Meister wants. He wants an up-tempo style of game. Even if Newell-Fonda wants to play fast, he wants the Golden Bears to be fast and comfortable, and they are fast and relaxed right now. 18-8 Bishop Garrigan. Tate Furch into the ballgame for the first time, the Bishop Garrigan sophomore. As Newell-Fonda has Harf back into the ballgame. Right now, Harf, Roberts, Carlson, Hografe, and Lyman for the Newell-Fonda 5. It'll be Lyman bringing the ball up the court with 2:40 on the clock. And he will deliberately bring it across, angling towards the far side as Carter Schwab picks him up just inside the half-court line. A lob to the high post to Hografe, gives it right back to Lyman. Lyman spins, shoots it over Thomas. Thomas tipped it, and Thomas blocks Carlson's shot on the follow. Amari Thomas with the interior defense. Then an ill-advised full-court pass by Joyce is intercepted by Hografe. Hografe, top of the key, sidesteps into a 3-point ball, and he cans it. Hografe makes it 18-11. He'd come in tonight shooting just 22% on 3-pointers, so something like that might get him heated up. Furch finds Joyce in the corner, fades back for a 3-pointer, and he swishes it. Michael Joyce with the answer, and it's 21-11 Bishop Garrigan. Schwab of 10, Joyce of 7 so far, as they have 17 of the Bishop Garrigan 21. Now Furch guards Hografe near half court. They give Hografe the center. He stops for a foul line jumper. It rolls off the left side, no good, and Thomas a contested rebound. Got knocked down, and it rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. Boy, Thomas, for a tough matchup in there, 6'3" Thomas against the 6'5" Austin Harf. And Harf will check out for Newell-Fonda, but that is a big-time box-out job by Amari Thomas down on the low post as Logan Nemmers enters the ball game for Bishop Garrigan. Thomas to the bench. Into the corner, it goes to Hoberman. Now right back to Lyman. Lyman works across, Nemmers towards the right. Skids the pass over to Hografe. Now back onto the wing to Lyman. Lets it fly for a 3-point ball, missed it left. And Joyce sails in for a contested rebound, boxing out Carlson. Joyce throws it away in the backcourt. He was trying to draw a foul. Got it up to Sink. Bauer into Nemmers. Nemmers in the post. Nemmers powers it up. Shot block, but a foul. The help defense was late by Newell-Fonda. You had the 6'5" Nemmers against the 6-foot-tall Hografe, and Hografe was going to be overmatched. The help defense came in, but it was late as Roberts hacked Nemmers and sent the Bishop Garrigan big man to the line for 2 shots. Nemmers, just 42.3% for the charity stripe last year, hits the first free throw, makes it 22-11. Logan Nemers has gotten off to a good start from the field for Bishop Garrigan with good touch around the bucket. 11 of 16 from the field this season, scoring 22 points coming into tonight. As Nemers knocks down the second free throw as well. He takes advantage of the opportunity, and Bishop Garrigan stays on the gas pedal up 23-11. Carlson picks up his dribble outside of the three-point perimeter, gives to Hograve. Hograve blanketed by Tate Furch, lobs just outside of the lane to Lyman. Now the bounce pass to Carlson at the foul line, deals to Hoberman in the corner, catches, fires, and left the three-point ball short, and Nemers boxes out for the rebound. Outlet pass to the court. Furch lets Bauer take it. Bauer lays it up and lays it in. Great decision by Tate Furch to back off and see Bauer closing in on the basketball. First two of the night by Justin Bauer as Lyman drives the other way, deals to Hoberman in the corner. Into the lane, Hoberman, and he'll draw the foul. He will head to the charity stripe for 2 shots. Well, Justin Bauer, if that made bucket, has now made 7 out of his 9 shot attempts so far this season as he will pick up his first foul. Hoberman shooting 2 for Newell-Fonda. 8 of 12 from the charity stripe so far this season, as the Newell-Fonda junior has that one pop in and out, no good. Hoberman, one of the new starters in the Newell-Fonda lineup. Mustangs did not return a lot of scoring from last year. Max Carlson scored 4.7 points per game. Geisen Lyman scored 3 points per game, and no other returners scored more than 2 points per game. Newell-Fonda graduated almost exactly 85% of their points from last year, as that is a split of the free throws by the Mustangs. 25-12 now. Bishop Garrigan losing the ball in the backcourt. Furch saves it into play when crashing towards the bleachers, sacrificing the body to save that possession. Sink, edge of the lane, deals to Bauer in the far corner, now back to Sink. Quick rotation to Schwab, eyes the bucket. Contested 3, try, left it way short. Loose ball, and Schwab dove. He couldn't quite reach it as Hoberman snatched it away from him. Now Hoberman runs the floor. Hoberman into the lane, and he was almost traveling there, but a blocking foul called against Bishop Garrigan before the travel. That is foul number 4 against the Golden Bears. Both teams have 14 fouls. It's Trayton Sink, the guilty party in that one. First individual foul on Sink. Shot clock now off. 30.8 on the game clock as the Mustangs lob the ball into Hograve. Hograve drifts left, now heads back to the right. Deals into the corner to Carlson, or to Lyman. Nemers is in space. Lyman pump fakes. Nemers denies the up and under. Great interior defense by the Golden Bears senior. Lyman in the corner now, lets a three-pointer rip, and he line drived it, no good. But the fingertip rebound by Hoberman. Hoberman's pass to the cutting Lyman, intercepted by Nemers, and now Nemers runs the floor. Nemers tried to hit the spin move. He shovels the ball to Sink as he's falling down and finds Furch. Furch to Schwab. Schwab gets the screen by Furch, lets the three-pointer rip, and it's off the front of the cup, no good. And that is the end of the first quarter as the loose ball rolls out of bounds. A great start for Bishop Garrigan on the road. They throw the first punch and come out leading 25-12 on Home Country Radio KLGZ and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Bishop Garrigan with a big first quarter, leading Newell-Fonda 25-12 as we get rolling here in the second period. Newell-Fonda will have Geisen Lyman handling the rock as Nick Lear has checked in for Bishop Garrigan. We'll get you the 5 on the floor here in just a second as Newell-Fonda runs their possession with Max Carlson. Carlson drives in, lays that, missed. The follows up, and it's no good as Eli Roberts left it short. Now the Golden Bears run with Mahler, and that was a clear travel. Mahler got a full head of steam, wanted to stop and pass, but there is no stopping that for A-Train as he will turn it over. Right now, Mahler, Schwab, Joyce, Lear, and Bauer for Bishop Garrigan. On the Newell side of things, you have Carlson as well as Hograve. Inbounding the ball right now is Lyman, and he's joined by Hoberman and also Eli Roberts. Max Carlson gives it to Lyman. Now it's Hoberman. Hoberman to the foul line, gets it back outside to Lyman. Rotates over to the right corner to Hograve. Entry pass knocked away, and the Golden Bears come out with a steal. as Joyce weaves into the front court. Joyce driving in, dishing to Mahler in the corner, catches, shoots, and rattles on a three-pointer. Drew Mahler knocks down a shot, and the Golden Bears continue to rain down the three-point ball up 28-12. Mahler came into tonight just 3 of 15 on field goals and 1 of 8 on threes, so that is a welcome sight for the Golden Bear Juniors. On the other end, Hograve bangs inside and floats it in. 28-14, Bishop Garrigan doubling up Newell-Fonda as Michael Joyce handles the rock and gives it off to Carter Schwab. Schwab near half court, averaging 13 points per game so far this season, finds Mahler. Mahler drives this time, puts up a tough shot, and it rolls off no good. The rebound is fought for and ripped away by Carlson as he outmuscled Lear in the paint. Up the court quickly comes Eli Roberts, flying in, laying it up and in. 28-16 now, Bishop Garrigan's lead trimmed down to 12, as that's 4 points by Eli Roberts. Came in averaging 6.3 points per game and 6 rebounds for Newell-Fonda as Schwab has the ball in your half court. Guarded by Lyman. Schwab starts his dribble and passes to the right wing to Mahler. Mahler looks, takes one dribble and stops, finds Joyce, poked away by Lyman. Lyman collects, runs the sideline. Lyman gets into the middle of the court, drives in, lays it up and lays it in with crazy spin. What a finish by Geisen Lyman against Michael Joyce, and it's 28-18. Good start to the second quarter by Newell-Fonda as Schwab comes the other way. Crossover dribble, he lost it but it rolled right to Bauer. Lear power dribble, marooned on the baseline, ball rolls away. It is dove on top of by Newell-Fonda and a timeout called. Max Carlson calls a timeout as he had the hustle play there to steal the possession away from Bishop Garrigan. So timeout with 5:59 on the clock here in the second quarter, and Bishop Garrigan up 28-18 over Newell-Fonda. But tonight it is all about transition. Golden Bears had more transition opportunities in the first quarter than Newell-Fonda, and they capitalized on most of them. Right now in the second quarter, Newell-Fonda, they've done a good job getting into transition. Newell-Fonda got kind of stagnant and marooned in their half-court offense during quarter number 1, but I'm pretty sure their head coach Chad Buckholz said, let's turn up the pace during a timeout in between the first quarter and the second quarter, and turn up the pace Newell-Fonda has as they try to creep back into this one, right now down by 10 points. 7 points on the scoreboard for Jackson Hograve for Newell-Fonda. Golden Bears have Schwab with 10, Michael Joyce with 7. The big thing for Newell-Fonda, as well as fast pace, is going to be finding a few points off the bench tonight. Newell-Fonda is very, very starter heavy for their scoring. Only 8% of their points so far this season have come off the bench. Right now, though, Newell-Fonda has the original 5 starters on the floor as Hograve takes the handoff from Hoberman. Back over to Hoberman in front of the Golden Bear bench. Bauer guards on the wing. Hoberman across the foul line. Drives in, takes contact, and he will draw the foul. That one is waved off, though. Foul came before the shot attempt, as Newell-Fonda will run a inbounds play from the baseline. Nick Lear will guard the inbounder, as that'll be the 6'2" Geisen Lyman. Mahler heads to the bench as Sink checks back in for Bishop Garrigan. First team foul of the second quarter on the Golden Bears as Lyman lobs it into the lane, caught by Roberts. Roberts at the foul line now. Bullying Sink as he drives inside. He put it in and the foul. A powerful move by Eli Roberts, burying the shoulder, driving in and scoring. And Newell-Fonda has it down to a single-digit game at 28-20, playing here in the second quarter. Foul number 2 against Trayton Sink. Roberts, as we said, came into tonight 6 of 19 at the charity stripe, but had a beautiful free throw stroke on his first 2 shots, knocking both of those down as Roberts rattles that one in. 3-point play, and it's 28-21. Mustangs crawling back into this one. Schwab across half court, passes over to Bauer, far side of the court. Now Joyce pops up to get the ball in the wing. Fakes the shot, drives across the lane, and deals to Bauer in the corner. Up top, Sink. Sink into the lane, stops for a foul line jumper. Off the back of the cup. Lear rips the rebound out of the air, falls and misses. Try to get it again, and he tips it to Bauer. And a foul against Bishop Garrigan. I believe they'll probably get Lear on that one on the rebounding attempt, and they will. Nick Lear, a very good rebounder, but also prone to some fouls for Bishop Garrigan. He leads the Golden Bears of 10 fouls committed on the season, and now that being 11. But came into tonight with 17 points scored, 7 of 15 from the field in his action off the bench, and really adds more length to the Golden Bear lineup. They can rotate their bigs so well as it'll be a nice dribble handoff to Carlson. Knocked away, stolen by Lear. Ball up the court to Bauer. Bauer sails in, and he lays it up and in. Golden Bears break up the Newell-Fonda scoring run with Justin Bauer's 4th point of the evening, and it's 30-21. 5:07 left in the second quarter. The Golden Bears can rotate Thomas. They can rotate Lear, they can rotate Nemers at the center position as a 3-point ball is missed from the corner by Newell-Fonda. Now Schwab dishes to Joyce. Joyce stops for a 3-point try off the back of the cup, and the rebound pops into the hands of Eli Roberts. 9-point Bishop Garrigan advantage. Lyman across the half-court line as Nemers gets set to return to the ball game for Bishop Garrigan. A high screen is set. Now Hoberman has the ball in your half-court. Gives it to Hograve. Hograve guarded by Schwab. Hograve hesitates and bounces it to Lyman. Lyman finds the baseline, rises for a jumper and airballs it. Bauer has it, and here he comes. Bauer sprinting up the floor. Bauer drives in coast to coast, and he rolls the layup in from a tough angle. Bauer shot that one maybe a little bit too late where it took the backboard out of the equation, but he still found a way to roll it in, and he now has 6 points. On the other end, Roberts missed wildly. Lear grabs the rebound. Schwab threads it up to Joyce. Joyce driving in. Joyce hangs. Layup rolls up and in. Michael Joyce, a physical layup, and it's 34-21 Bishop Garrigan. 9 points by the Golden Bear freshman. Joyce came in averaging 19 points per game on 45.5% shooting. Backing his way in, Eli Roberts tried to throw the pass around Lear, and Lear steals it. He runs the floor, tips the pass over to Joyce, and that ball will roll out of bounds, last touched by Newell-Fonda. Golden Bears missed on a 2-on-1 opportunity in transition, as Lear didn't really have a clean handle on the ball, so just tried to tip it to Joyce. Pass was a little off target, and Joyce couldn't corral it. But Newell-Fonda did last touch it as Nemers checks in. He'll replace Lear. And Schwab will inbound from the baseline just to the far side of that bucket. Carter Schwab looking and bouncing it into Nemers. Finds Joyce top of the key. Joyce drives past Harf, deals towards Sink in the near corner. Sink gives it off to Bauer, 3:44 on the clock. Pass into Nemers, knocked away. Lyman jumped in front and forces the turnover by Bishop Garrigan. Now Hograve has it right side, flings it up to Lyman. Hoberman up top with Bauer in his face. Bauer swatting at the ball. Hoberman drives in and bounces it right into Schwab's hands. Ball loose on the floor. Schwab shovels it to Bauer. Bauer outlets to Joyce. Joyce behind the defense. Here he comes, and he'll lay it up and in. The crowd was anticipating a dunk, but Joyce maybe didn't have the angle or the momentum that time. It's 2 points out of their way, though, and 11 by Michael Joyce, as a full timeout is called by Newell-Fonda. They will take a timeout. We'll take it as well on Home Country KLGZ.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beich, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toth.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Bishop Garrigan 36, Newell-Fonda 21, as we welcome you back inside the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium on Home Country Radio and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. The Golden Bears have led for most of this game as Newell-Fonda led 4-3. After that, the Golden Bears took command. They had an 11-0 scoring run, and they have led since that time, up 36-21. Mustangs trying to muster a little run in the final 3 minutes before halftime as Hograve rises for a jumper just inside the foul line, and he misses as Nemers vacuums in another rebound. Here comes Joyce, weaving into the front court, lost the basketball, pinballs around, and it was last touched by Michael Joyce. That hit Joyce, hit a Mustang, and then hit Joyce again before he knocked it out of bounds as Newell-Fonda gets the ball back. Both teams, you could say, early in this season, a little bit sloppy as they work new rotations into the ball game. There have been some miscues in the transition game on opportunities and some turnovers by both sides as well, as Furch knocks the pass away, and here he comes. Furch sailing to the bucket, and he lays it up and in. Tate Furch took it out of the breadbasket of Mason Hoberman, and Hoberman backed off in that transition run out by Furch. Ball knocked away by Schwab. Furch grabs it, bounces it over to Joyce. Joyce with a medium tempo into the front court, finds Schwab up at the top. Nemers sets a screen. Schwab sidesteps. Now Harf is on Schwab. Schwab deals to Nemers. Baseline jumper. Long on the air ball. Furch with the follow, though, and Furch on the cleanup. Tate Furch puts it in, and it's 40-21 Bishop Garrigan. Newell-Fonda trying to answer. Working the baseline. Carlson gets turned back by Nemers, and he throws it beyond half court. Ball's heading out of bounds. Would have been an over and back violation against Newell-Fonda anyways, as Carlson's pass was too tall for Hograve and out of his range. 2:09 left in the quarter. Mustangs have Hograve going to the bench and Eli Roberts checking back in. Roberts has had some nice moves on offense so far tonight and has 7 points for Newell-Fonda. Roberts is a really powerful player, has taken his man to the bucket a couple of times as Nemers. Quick pass to Sink in the corner. Now back out to Schwab. Schwab contested three-point ball off the back of the cup. Nemers rebound. The follow-up and no good, and snatched by Max Carlson. Carlson averaging 6 boards per game so far for Newell-Fonda. Guns it up ahead, finds Roberts, drives baseline, got by Nemers and lays it in. 40-23, Bishop Garrigan leads Newell-Fonda. That's 9 points right now by Roberts. Furch in the far corner, getting some good run off the bench tonight as he finds Sink. Sink right of the lane, crashing inside, an offensive foul against Trayton Sink. That is number 3 against the Bishop Garrigan Jr. And team foul number 4 against the Golden Bears in this quarter, so the next foul will put Newell-Fonda in the bonus for 2 shots. Sink checks out, Thomas checks in, so Garrigan will go with 2 bigs on the floor. Amari Thomas so far has led the Golden Bears in rebounds every game they've played in. He has 18 rebounds and 11 offensive rebounds, both leading the team. Rebounding was an issue against Lake Mills and against Western Christian for this Golden Bear team. Out-rebounded in both games as the pass into the corner heads out of bounds, and it will go back to Bishop Garrigan. But Western Christian had a 35-26 rebounding edge against Garrigan. Lake Mills had a 32-26 advantage, including 12-5 on the offensive glass. And the shooting was cold in both games for Bishop Garrigan. Under 37% against Western Christian, under 36% against Lake Mills from the field. Tonight, much better as they've gotten some good looks inside. Nemers tips the pass, catches, finds Thomas. Thomas lays it up and in. Boy, Nemers' passing has improved so much throughout his career. Had eyes on the side of his head that time to see Thomas out of the corner of his eye as Carlson deals into the corner, finding Roberts. 42-23 Bishop Garrigan, driving in, putting it up and missing his lineman, and Bauer grabs another rebound. Schwab runs, bounce pass back to Bauer. Bauer approaches, Bauer flies in, tough angle, missed it. Thomas offensive board, and Thomas got hacked on the follow. Amari Thomas cleaning the glass once again, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. The Bishop Garrigan sophomore, as we said, he has been crashing the glass on both the offensive and defensive boards. And he'll set up for 2 free throws. That's the first team foul against Newell-Fonda. Foul number 2 against Lyman. Thomas tees up the first free throw and missed it. Still 42-23. Good news for Bishop Garrigan. They are almost the point total they had in the entire game against Lake Mills, and it's not halftime yet. Just 50 points against Lake Mills, just 50 points against Western Christian, and already 42 points tonight against Newell-Fonda. Mustang defensive issues have continued tonight as Thomas missed them both. Rebound snatched by Newell-Fonda as Roberts has another one. Holberman to 41 seconds left on the clock. 11-second difference between game and shot clock as Lyman threads it inside and missing on the layup. Open opportunity for Harf, but he couldn't find the net. Now Furch finds the cutting Thomas. Thomas in the lane, the floater no good. And rebound ripped away by Roberts. And Roberts throws it away. Here comes Furch. Furch flies in. Oh, and Furch got drilled. Wow, Furch is going to pop up after that one. That was a flashback to football season as he got hit in the chin strap by Eli Roberts. And Furch walks over to the free throw line of 22 seconds left in the quarter. Foul number 2 against Roberts. Furch will take some deep breaths after that one. Nothing intentional by Roberts, but that was just momentum and wrong place, wrong time. Furch spins the first foul shot up and in, and Bishop Garrigan up by 20, 43-23. That's 5 points now by Tate Furch. .22 seconds left until halftime. Furch takes a deep breath. And he missed it on the second one. Nemers rebound and got it back out to Furch. And now the Golden Bears are going to hold for the last shot if they want it. 19 seconds left in the quarter as Furch handles the rock, picked up his dribble near half court as Holberman pesters him. Now Bauer feeds Nemers. Peeled away by Harf, and Newell-Fonda has the steal. 10 seconds left into the front court. Hograve. Bauer playing blanketing defense as Hograve spins away. Hograve with 5. Ball rotates around to Holberman. Holberman sidesteps Thomas, dives down the lane. Ball knocked away by Thomas, and he will throw up the courts out of bounds at the horn, and that'll bring an end to the first half. Thomas laughing that one off as the ball slipped out of his hands and sailed out of bounds. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong in the first half for Bishop Garrigan as they lead Newell-Fonda 43-23. Quick timeout right now, and halftime coverage coming your way next on Home Country KLGZ and the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Tafe Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
Back here at halftime on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears lead the Newell-Fonda Mustangs 43-23. As we transition over to the girls' game here, we have senior Abby Capacious joining us at halftime. Abby, obviously, anytime you play Newell-Fonda, it's going to be an intense game, especially when you're at their gym, tough environment. Obviously, slow start for the Golden Bears. What did you think led to that slower start tonight out of the gate?
You know, playing a big game like this, I think there's always a few nerves, but like Coach Schwab said, we're the underdog coming to this game. We shouldn't be nervous. I thought they pushed the pace really fast coming out of the gate, and we just struggled a little bit at first. And once we got our groove, we got the ball in the basket, and we started going.
And Abby, obviously it's a different look to this season's matchup against Newell-Fonda. They've graduated some great players from last year. You guys have graduated some great players, and, you know, new younger players have to step up and take some leadership roles in the game. So what was that like for you and the rest of the group, kind of, you know, reshuffling the way you have to deal with a Newell-Fonda press?
You know what, at the beginning of this season, we all said, if we want to be good this year, it's going to take every single person on this team. It's going to take the 5 starters. It's going to take the people coming off the bench. It's going to take the people on the bench. And coming into this game, we knew it's going to take everyone. We're all going to have to be all in. We're all going to have to be helping each other. And not one person on our team is going to win this game. All 5 of us are going to win this game. All 15 of us on the bench are going to win this game.
Abby, obviously this is a group that has not lost very many games in the past several years. So, you know, not like this is kind of rare for you guys. I guess, you know, how do you emotionally handle a loss like this?
You know what? Losing sucks. It really does. But we gotta wipe it off, and we gotta move on tomorrow. We play another game tomorrow. We gotta put this behind us, and we gotta come out ready to go tomorrow. You know, that's the best thing for us, honestly, is playing tomorrow, so we can come back and go at it and just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. Abby, wrapping up here, even though it wasn't the outcome you wanted tonight, what do you feel the team can take away or learn from a night like this?
I think we can learn a lot. I think we can learn that we can hang with a team like this. We are definitely capable of doing it. This is a game. We lost, yeah, but we can take a lot away from it, and we can get better.
All right, Abby, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Tyler.
That is Bishop Garrigan Senior Abby Capacious here at halftime on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, as right now we'll bring in Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab and talk about the Golden Bear game. Coach, I'll start off the same way for you here. Obviously, not the start you wanted on the road. It's hard to spot a team like Newell-Fonda 12 points and come back from it. So what went wrong there in the first couple minutes of the game?
I don't know if anything went wrong other than they hit shots early, and first possession, we were running a defense that we weren't guarding a girl that had been struggling shooting this year, and she banks into first 3. They hit some shots tonight, and we can't get off to that start. I thought offensive rebounding wise early on hurt us, that's a good basketball team, and a lot of these kids first time with seeing this much minutes in this smoke, it's a tough place to play, and I thought our kids competed hard.
And, Coach, they didn't compete hard because after that 12-0 deficit early, you guys kind of scrapped back into the game in the second quarter before that late Newell-Fonda run, pushing them back ahead by double digits. But as you guys were getting back into it, things started working better. What was functioning well for you guys?
Well, we were just keeping our head up and making the extra pass. We were making the extra pass, and the ball was going in. Our offense always looks good when the ball goes in a little bit. But, it was a good game. We got better playing on the road like this. I thought our fight for 4 quarters was really good. We had that good run in the second to get it to 9, and then didn't finish that quarter right. We didn't finish. We let that last 2 minutes and a little fatigue take into us, and they finished that quarter strong. So, if we'd went in the locker room down 9, 10, that's where we kind of were hoping to be, and it kind of got away from us. I thought in the third, we made another run back at them. They came back. I thought in the fourth, it's the same thing. We made a nice little run at them. they got to run back at us. And we had talked before the game that, guys, they're going to go on 8-0 runs. They're going to go on 10-0 runs. But we can also do that. So stay to the game plan. They're a very good defensive team that speeds you up and make things hard on you. But, I really thought we broke the press very well in the full court. We just stayed sped up in the half court and weren't able to get into our offense, and that's what Newell does very well, is that. And we've got to get ourselves a little better of discipline of, once the press is set, we need our guards to come get it. We need to get into our offense. We need to execute our sets and be able to do that.
And, Coach, that leads you right into the next point, because I thought in the half-court defense, Newell-Fonda did a really good job denying the ball from Eastman inside and making life really difficult to get the ball into the paint. So what were you seeing from them that kind of made their defensive efforts successful tonight?
Well, like I told Graceland after the game, that's a 4-year starter with Dick Jungers guarding her a lot. That's a 3-year varsity either starter or first off the bench with Hinders, and that's a lot of experience to get around. She needs to hold her seal a little more, and that'll come. Playing those good post players like that, I thought she kept battling. I thought she played tough. It's just holding that seal when she is open and demanding that ball. And it's a hard thing to simulate for us in practice. You don't simulate going against an all tournament team post player like that in practice. So she kept battling, and she's going to get better from this game, and she's going to keep working. And like I told them after the game, I said, one game, guys. Let's go take care of business in the conference tomorrow night and get a road win tomorrow night, and we'll move on. We'll get back in the gym. We'll get better from this, and we'll have some adjustments.
Well, and that's the thing, too, Coach. With a night like this, obviously the team wanted to win the game, but there's still things you can take away from a ball game like this. So how do you mentally deal with the loss, and, what can you take away from a game such as this one?
We said, the loss doesn't leave the locker room. When we're out of here, it is what it is. We're not changing the outcome. We're gonna. I thought we battled hard. I thought we played tough all the way to the end, and that's what I challenged them after 3. I said, guys, we didn't come here to play 3. We didn't come here to play 3. Cut at it, see if we can get the thing down to, 12 or 14 here by the end. But, we can't have that start. After that first quarter, we really played them pretty evenly for 3 quarters. I haven't seen the box score, but I feel it was even scoring-wise the second, third, and fourth, or within single digits anyway. We just can't get off to that start. And they came out with a ball of energy, and we said the first 4 minutes of that game was going to be key, and that first 4 minutes got away from us.
Well, Coach, what's the biggest thing you need to see tomorrow night from your team as you get back to top of Iowa West play?
Just rebound from it. Be able to be a better job on the glass, and just consistently just keep getting better every day. I thought defensively we did some good things tonight. We also did miss some rotations. We played probably 50-50 man and zone and switched that up tonight. We missed some rotations defensively. We missed some rotations in our press, but I just want to see our effort. And if our effort is what we did tonight, we're going to be in good shape the rest of the season. We just need to make sure our effort's there and get a little better on the glass.
Well, Coach, thank you for stopping by, and we'll talk to you this weekend.
All right, thanks.
That is Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab here at halftime of the Golden Bear boys game. We'll step aside for a timeout and come back with this after on Home Country Radio, KLGZ.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmer State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Start of the second half of basketball action on Home Country Radio, KLGZ. Big thank you to Abby Capacious and Coach Brandon Schwab for stopping by at halftime of the game as they gave their thoughts on the girls matchup. Coming out of the halftime break, Logan Nemers misses on a layup for Bishop Garrigan, and Newell-Fonda has the basketball. 43-23, Bishop Garrigan leading Newell-Fonda. Golden Bears have led most of the way as driving inside and drawing the foul for Newell-Fonda is Jackson Hografe. So Hografe will head to the line for 2 shots. 20 seconds into this one, as that'll be foul number 3 for the Golden Bears against Drew Mahler. So 43-23 the score at halftime. Golden Bears led 25-12 after 1. As Hografe sets up for the first foul shot and rattles it home. Jackson Hografe now with 8 points. Eli Roberts with 9 for Newell-Fonda. Golden Bears have Schwab with 10 and Joyce with 11 in double digits. Hografe, the leading scorer for Newell-Fonda this season, has 13.5 points per game, and he knocks down another free throw to make it 43-25. Golden Bears padded their lead throughout the first half. Trying to start the second half strong here. Schwab goes to the right wing to Bauer. Gets it to Joyce in the right corner. Joyce finds Nemers in the post. Snatches the ball away and lays it in. Logan Nemers says, give me that basketball. And he makes it 45-25. Took it right out of Carlson's pocket. Elbow jumper on the way, and Geisen Lyman answers right back. Golden Bears can't snatch the momentum yet as Newell-Fonda knocks down the jumper to make it 45-27. I'll tell you what, Golden Bears did a nice job of running in the first half, but it is very hard to run after a made bucket. So if Newell-Fonda can knock down a few more jump shots, they'll be able to slow down the Bishop Garrigan attack as Mahler spins and misses his shot. On the other end, Lyman for Newell-Fonda gives the ball up to Hoberman. Hoberman down the lane, skates past Nemers, missed on the layup though. Tough shot by Hoberman after the athletic move, and now Schwab will travel. Nemers got it out to Schwab quickly, but Carlson planted in front of Schwab, and Schwab tried to do a little side step before dragging the foot. So turnover by the Golden Bears, 45-27 Newell-Fonda. Both teams being bit by the turnover bug to varying degrees in the first half. Carlson right at the paint. Fell down but kept that back pivot foot as he gets the ball out to Lyman. Lyman gives to Hografe. Hografe 3-ball, too strong, and Joyce has the rebound. Pass to Nemers. Nemers wasn't ready for it. Ball pops loose, and it's picked up near half court by Roberts. Roberts to Carlson. Carlson against Joyce. Bangs it off the window and missed. Offensive rebound by Carlson, though, and he brings it back out beyond the 3-point line. Rotation to the near corner to Hoberman. Hoberman wings it across the way to Hografe. Catches and fires for a 3-pointer. Misses off in front of the cup. Rebound Carlson, and Carlson draws a foul. That is something that cannot happen for Bishop Garrigan. That was a great rebounding possession by Newell-Fonda. Golden Bears just getting beaten for several loose balls in that possession, and it results in free throws by Max Carlson off the second chance opportunity. Carlson 42% from the charity stripe so far this season, wearing a big knee brace on his right leg, and he misses on the first foul shot. That's 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter by Bishop Garrigan, just over a minute and a half in as Mahler checks out and Sink replaces him. Sink with 4 points tonight, also with 3 fouls. Second foul shot on the way, and that one is swished by Carlson. 45-28, Bishop Garrigan on top of Newell-Fonda. Mustangs trying to win their third game in a row as Joyce drives in, reverses, and left the layup short. Carlson snatches the rebound as the Golden Bears go one and done again. Here comes Carlson, top of the key. Drives against Joyce, stops outside of the paint, finds the cutting Hografe, lost the basketball, but a foul against Bishop Garrigan. Already 3 fouls here in the third quarter, just 2 minutes into it. And that is going to be picked up by Carter Schwab, his second. Newell-Fonda went 18-5 last season as they run an inbounds play here. They've won at least 15 games in 6 straight years as Lyman flashes across the lane, pump fakes, dumps it to a cutting Roberts, and he lays it up and in. Great find by Geisen Lyman. Got the defense to bite on the pump fake and draw their eyes into the basketball as he found the cutting Roberts for 2. Roberts for 11 as the Mustangs knock the ball out of bounds on the other end. Golden Bears will run an inbounds play here now up by 15. Schwab set things in motion. Looking for Bauer, lobs it up top as Bauer catches. The Golden Bears senior comes right to Sink. Sink looks for Schwab. Schwab launches the 3, and it's off the back of the cup. Rebound picked out of the air by Hografe with 5:49 on the clock. The Newell-Fonda sophomore handles the rock as Schwab defends him near the perimeter. Now it's Carlson. Flips it near side to Lyman. Lyman stops for an elbow jumper, and he missed it off the back of the cup, and it's taken by Sink on the rebound. Schwab bouncing it ahead to Joyce. Joyce from the perimeter, wants to drive, lost control of the basketball, but a foul on Newell-Fonda. Break there for Bishop Garrigan as that was looking to be another turnover, but first foul of the half by Newell-Fonda. That foul, the first on Hoberman as Nemers checks out. Thomas checks in for Bishop Garrigan. 2 points so far tonight for Amari Thomas. Several rebounds as he catches in the corner, gets it quickly to Sink. Now to Schwab, flashing into the corner. 3-point ball is short. Thomas tips the rebound out of bounds, and it's back to Newell-Fonda. Thomas and Hoberman absolutely locking up for a battle down there in the paint to try to grab that rebound. And Thomas had to reach all the way right around the body of Hoberman to make contact with that one. As Hoberman walks it across half court, the Newell-Fonda junior averaging 12.3 points per game is now, it's Hograve. Hograve against Schwab, drives past him and underhits it to Hoberman. Hoberman tried to give it right back to Hograve, but intercepted by Schwab. That would have been an open look had they been able to find Hograve, but Schwab did a nice job intercepting that ball as Joyce now has it for Bishop Garrigan. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Joyce flips it over to Schwab. Far side of the court, finds Thomas deep in the post. Thomas rotates. Shot rejected by Roberts. Thomas got it back and gets it to Sink. Sink works the baseline. Sink swarmed. Kicks it out to Schwab. Schwab sidesteps and drives. Top of the key, Joyce. Now Joyce drives left of the lane, finds Bauer along the baseline, and gets it back out top to Schwab. 9 on the shot clock. The screen by Sink. A sidestep by Schwab, and the pass to Joyce. Joyce at 4 seconds, creating a 3. Rising for a long jumper, and he knocks it in. With 2 seconds left on the shot clock, Michael Joyce buries a shot from just inside the 3-point line and makes it 47-30. 13 points by Michael Joyce. Ball rolls into the backcourt. Bauer goes flying in and over and back against Newell-Fonda. Lyman was casually jogging after that ball, and Bauer knew Lyman wasn't looking at him, so with that 400-meter track speed, Bauer went sailing in, dove to the floor, and nearly stole that one to give Bishop Garrigan a transition opportunity. Instead, they'll set up Schwab in the half-court offense, bouncing it to Bauer. Ball goes across the Sink. Newell-Fonda dropping back into a 2-3 zone as Bauer drives, and Bauer got hacked. Newell-Fonda switching to zone defense as Justin Bauer heads to the line for 2. It's another big strength for the Golden Bears this year. They have so many players who are very, very fast, quick first step. You talk about someone like Michael Joyce adding a big injection of speed. Justin Bauer, big-time track speed as well. Trayton Sink was on a state track and field relay last season for the Bishop Garrigan Bears, as Bauer cannot connect on the first foul shot, and the margin stays plus 17 for Bishop Garrigan. Bauer again. The Golden Bears senior spins it up, and he swishes that one. 18-point advantage by the Golden Bears as Tate Furch comes into the ball game. Furch provided some major energy on defense for Bishop Garrigan in the first half, and also scored 5 points, as it's 40-38, or 48-30, that is. Golden Bears on top of the Mustangs. On the wing, Hograve gives right back to Carlson. Carlson drives in, and a blocking foul against Trayton Sink. Foul number 4 against the Bishop Garrigan Jr., trying to draw the charge against Carlson, but never got the feet set in time. So Sink in foul danger. He is staying in right now, but Nick Lear heading to the scoring table, so that may change here shortly, as Sink will check out with 4 fouls and Lear checking in. Well, interesting lineup for the Golden Bears with Thomas and Lear on the floor to go along with Furch, Joyce, and Schwab. Inside, Hoberman bangs it off the glass for 2. Well-designed inbounds play by Newell-Fonda. You essentially have 3 guards right now and then 2 athletic bigs. A new mix for Bishop Garrigan as Lear spins inside. Shot bothered by Roberts, tipped and rolled and picked up by Hoberman. Roberts has been fantastic on the interior defense tonight for Newell-Fonda. A couple of blocked shots and not giving the Golden Bears a whole lot easy inside, as driving in, banking it up and in as Lyman. Newell-Fonda slowly but surely working back into this. 48-34. 8 points now by Lyman. Furch up top to Schwab. The Bishop Garrigan sophomore wants to drive now. Schwab spins into the lane, jumps and passes to Furch. Beyond the perimeter now, Furch sidesteps and finds Joyce. Furch screens, Joyce heads left and gives it back to Schwab. 15 on the shot clock. Schwab one dribble and then a hand up to Joyce. Joyce left of the lane, driving in with a burst of speed, lays it up and in. Michael Joyce turns on the afterburners, and Bishop Garrigan at the half-century mark, 50-34. On the other end, Lyman working against Thomas, underhands it right to Furch. Furch steals it and he runs the floor, sails to the bucket, lays it up and in. Tate Furch once again turning defense into offense, and it's 52-34 Bishop Garrigan. 7 points by Tate Furch coming off the Golden Bear bench. Carlson up top, gives to Lyman. Lyman working against Thomas, back to the bucket, tries to thread to Carlson, and a foul by Nick Lear for Bishop Garrigan as Carlson tried to squeeze in between the gap of that Golden Bear defense. I'll check that's going against Carter Schwab, his third. So that's foul number 5 against Bishop Garrigan as Carlson is sent to the free throw line. Shot 62% last year for Newell-Fonda and knocks down the first one. And the leading returning scorer for this young Mustang team, 4.7 points per game last year. Again, 5 starters graduated for Newell-Fonda. And that, of course, included Carter Sievers, who's one of the best scorers in the state with 646 points, as some of Coach Meister referenced in the pregame interview. Both shots good. 3 points by Max Carlson. And a 52-36 advantage by Bishop Garrigan right now. Joyce flips it up ahead to Furch. Down in the left corner for Bishop Garrigan, now back up top to Joyce. Into the lane to the cutting Thomas. Late getting his head around, ball deflects to Furch. Elbow jumper no good, kept alive by Lear. The follow and the finish. Nick Lear wipes the glass, and it's 54-36 Bishop Garrigan. Quickly the other way, Eli Roberts. Roberts flies in and he draws a foul. Fouls beginning to pile up for this Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear team as the bonus continues for Newell-Fonda. Foul number 1 against Michael Joyce, and 2 free throws coming by Eli Roberts. That's the thing, both of these teams like to be aggressive, they like to play fast, and that can certainly result in some foul trouble on both sides. Individually, not a lot of foul trouble though, besides Sink with 4. Trading Sink with 4 fouls. Dyson Lyman with 3 fouls for Newell-Fonda as Eli Roberts connects on the free throw. You know, for a guy who came in 6 of 19 at the foul line tonight, Roberts has looked really, really good at the charity stripe. Likely taking up some extra shots in practice and really dialing that in as an area of focus. Roberts again, swishes again. 54-38, Bishop Garrigan on top of Newell-Fonda. Joyce, quick pass over to Bauer, right corner, finds Nemers. Nemers in the post. Shot rejected by Eli Roberts again. Ball is out of bounds. It will stay with Bishop Garrigan. Boy, Eli Roberts. It doesn't matter whether it's Nemers, Thomas, or Lear. He is going in there and giving it a great interior defense against any of them. Furch up top finds Bauer, 2:13 on the clock. Bauer bouncing it to Nemers. Nemers spins away from Harf and deals to Furch in the corner. Furch finds Nemers back in the right corner. Now Joyce on the wing. 2:03 left on the clock. Joyce sidestepping to a three-point ball, and he rattles it in. Michael Joyce wakes up the Bishop Garrigan offense with a three-pointer. 18 points by Joyce, and it's 57-38. Lyman on the other end, bouncing it out top, finding, or check that's Lyman getting the pass, and he lays it up and in. Lyman got the pass from Carlson that time. And Newell-Fonda up to the 40-point mark, 57-40 right now, Bishop Garrigan. Pass almost stolen from Bauer as Lyman tried to jump it, knocked out of bounds along the baseline, and Garrigan will keep it. But Roberts seems like gotten 3 or 4 blocked shots tonight and against a couple of different Golden Bears inside. He has been digging in hard on that interior defense. Right now shadowing Nick Lear on the inbounds play. Schwab tried to bounce it to Nemers, swatted back out of bounds. The Golden Bears will once again have to run an inbounds play here. Carter Schwab last year averaged just under 11 points per game, 9 rebounds and 2 assists. As he'll lob it into Furch, catches just inside that sideline, and that's stolen away by Hoberman. Hoberman running the floor, center of the paint, driving in, and Furch tried to draw the charge. First shot no good, but the fall was up and in by Eli Roberts. Really nice job trailing the play by Roberts, and it's 57-42. 15 points by Roberts now as Bauer has it in the left corner. 1:17 on the clock. Bauer fumbles the ball and he traveled. That ball was slipping out of the hands as Bauer was trying to pass, so he tried to stop his momentum and recollected that ball, but the referee was right in front of that and saw the travel. 1:15 left in the third quarter. 57-42, Bishop Garrigan on top of Newell-Fonda as the Mustangs defeated the Golden Bears each of the past 2 seasons, scoring over 90 points both times, driving in Hoberman, and he got hit. Another Bishop Garrigan foul will send Hoberman to the stripe for 2. Both of these teams very, very raw this year as, like we said multiple times, Garrigan, they come off that state football championship, have a shorter preseason, and boy, they roll into it with a tough early schedule. They opened with Belmont Clemmy, Western Christian, Lake Mills fall, and now you have to go to Newell-Fonda. Not to mention Garner Hayfield Ventura, the conference runner-up, is who Garrigan will play coming up next week. And then tomorrow night, not even forgetting about that, they play Eagle Grove, which in the past might not have been so tough of a matchup, but Eagle Grove this year looks like they have a little juice. Got the transfer Ty Franklin from Belmont Clemmy. Drake Canavan for Eagle Grove continues to be one of the best players in the top of Iowa West. And the Eagles all of a sudden, not going to be an easy win tomorrow night for the Golden Bears as that free throw is up and it is good. 47-40, or make it 57-44. Bishop Garrigan on top of Newell-Fonda. Down to the final minute of the third quarter, Schwab comes across half court and gives the rock to Joyce. Joyce dribbles right around the perimeter. Lear sets the high screen. Furch down to the baseline to Schwab. 55 seconds left in the quarter. Schwab in traffic, hands it back off to Joyce. Joyce slicing into the lane, tried to jump and pass, and a foul against Newell-Fonda. That was either going to be a foul or a travel because Joyce jumped and then landed, so that is going to be foul number 2 against Jackson Hograve. Foul number 3 against Newell-Fonda as a team. Final 50 seconds of the quarters. There's a fresh 35 on the shot clock for Garrigan. Up top, Joyce. Joyce squeezes past Carlson. Euro steps into the lane, missed the right-handed layup, and a fight for the rebound. Furch getting tackled by Eli Roberts. Boy, earlier in the first half, Roberts gave kind of an elbow to the chin of Furch unintentionally, and now Roberts, his momentum on the rebound, just carried him into Furch, and he tackles him to the ground like that quarterback being sacked. Furch having some flashbacks to the year. Although Bishop Garrigan had a great offensive line, did not give up too many sacks, so guess not something Furch was too used to. As now they're calling for a towel to wipe off that painted area where Furch and Roberts went crashing through the floor. So 42 seconds left in the quarter, as Bishop Garrigan and Newell-Fonda continue to battle here from the Mustang High School Gymnasium. Bears trying to get back to 500 at 2-2. After winning that opener 85-51 against Belmont Clemmy. Furch collects the inbounds pass and gives it to Schwab. Now a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Furch looking, backdoor cut by Joyce, rejected by Eli Roberts. Ball's out of bounds and it will stay for Newell-Fonda. Joyce thought he had everyone fooled, but Eli Roberts had the help defense, took a huge swing at that ball and slammed it out of bounds. That is one of those highlight reel blocks that everyone wants to have at some point. That's not one of those ones where you just kind of deflect it and it goes straight down. That was a full swing, ball going out of bounds. As Joyce, corner pocket free, and he drills it. Michael Joyce unfazed by that block. He has 21 points, his third straight 20-point game, and a 60-44 lead by Bishop Garrigan. Now backdoor cut on the other end. Carlson, Bears defend it. Joyce knocked it away with his heel, and Furch has the basketball. That hit off the back of the leg of Michael Joyce on the pass from the backdoor cut. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Schwab just to the right of center. Schwab a 5 second. Schwab gives to Joyce. 3 seconds. Deep three. And off the back of the cup, no good. A rebound by Jackson Hograve at the end of the quarter. And that will bring us to the final 8 minutes of basketball action. Right now, Bishop Garrigan 60 and Newell-Fonda 44 as we head to the fourth quarter on KLGZ 98.5 FM and AM 1600.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at moneypass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Back for the fourth quarter of basketball action from the Newell-Fonda High School Gymnasium. Bishop Garrigan 60 and Newell-Fonda 44. Mustangs did draw a little bit closer during that third quarter. They had a 21-17 scoring advantage over the Golden Bears, but it is going to take a big fourth quarter for Newell-Fonda to get back into this. However, the Mustangs play at a fast pace, and they can score quickly when they get hot. As the pass is lobbed down to the baseline to Lyman, Schwab stays in front of him in defense. Back over to the right wing as they find Hograve. Hograve's jumper from the elbow is good. Newell-Fonda's players really like to seek out that elbow and take that mid-range jumper, and Hograve now has 11 points. Bauer flings it up top to Schwab. 7:33 on the clock. Newell-Fonda has not been a great shooting team so far this season, just 35% from the field and 27.5% on threes as Schwab tries a right wing three, and he buries it! Carter Schwab makes it 63-46 Bishop Garrigan. 13 points by the Golden Bears sophomore. He hit 2 early 3-pointers and now has his third tray of the night. Holberman in the post, backing it against Bauer. Puts it up, and he draws the foul. Nice powerful move by Holberman. Gained a little ground on Bauer, backing him to the basket, then spun into the lane. Thomas had the help defense, but Bauer picks up foul number 4. Bauer and Sink both have 4 fouls right now. Sink currently on the bench. Bauer may eventually be on the bench here if the coaches decide to substitute. Free throw no good by Holberman. That will let Bauer play with 4 fouls right now as we play in the final 7-10. Newell-Fonda will substitute as Austin Harf checks out after a brief entrance into the ball game. Eli Roberts re-enters. Roberts, the leading scorer, 15 points for Newell-Fonda. They have 3 players in double digits right now as Hoberman buries the foul shot. 63-47 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. Schwab across half court, picked up near the half court line by Hoberman. Nice crossover dribble. Schwab finds the foul line, rises for a jumper, and it rolls off no good. Thomas had the rebound briefly, but knocked away as he was contacted by Eli Roberts, and the ball rolls to Hograve. Hograve across the half court line, and his pass is swatted away by Amari Thomas. Hograve on the right block was trying to find Eli Roberts on the left block, but Thomas just palms at that ball and swatted it out of the air. That won't go down as a block shot in the scorebook, but that had the same type of effect. 6:49 on the clock. Lobbed into play, caught in the paint by Roberts. Roberts against Thomas. Shot tipped. Thomas playing great defense on that possession as he tips the shot. And now the Garrigan Bears have the basketball. Joyce flies in. Scoop layup. He scores. He got fouled. Chance for a 3-point play by Michael Joyce. How about that Bishop Garrigan defense turning into offense? All about that transition game as Geisen Lyman has his 4th foul. Well, essentially 2 blocked shots by Thomas on that possession. Then just the ability by the Bears to fly up the floor and get quickly to the bucket as Joyce rims out on the free throw attempt, and the score stays 65-47. There are some things that Bishop Garrigan can probably complain about tonight as far as turnovers and maybe just cohesiveness at times on offense. There have been times where they've looked great and times where they've been a little sloppy, but pace, not one of those complaints. As a nice up and under move by Geisen Lyman gets the 2 points. 65-49, Lyman now with 12. Bauer right corner for Bishop Garrigan. 6:14 left in the 4th quarter as the Golden Bears try to even their record at 2-2. Bauer on the left side lobs into Thomas. Knocked away as Hograve denies the entry pass as he fronted Thomas on that possession. Into the front court comes Lyman, crosses over, rises for a long 2. Golden Bears will let him take that, and Joyce sails in for the rebound. Joyce into the front court, underhand to Schwab, stops in motion for a 3-point ball, and he drills it. Carter Schwab again heating up in the 4th quarter, and it's 68-49 Bishop Garrigan. Schwab is up to 16, perfectly in rhythm on that 3-point shot by Carter Schwab. Hoberman in the high post against Bauer, drives in, got by Bauer, and he lays it up and in. Timeout by Newell-Fonda. Hoberman gets an important bucket for the Mustangs as the score goes down to 68-51. Timeout called with 5:35 on the clock by Newell-Fonda. And it'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well on Home Country KLGZ and at the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeb's Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeb's.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Bishop Garrigan 68, Newell-Fonda 51 with 5:32 left in the 4th quarter. A big factor in this ball game. 0 bench points by Newell-Fonda so far. All of their points have been from the starting lineup. Thomas in the post comes out to Furch. Extended, foul line extended jumper is up and good by Furch. Tate Furch from the mid-range, he has 9 points, and the Golden Bears are up to 70. Bishop Garrigan has gotten great production off their bench so far tonight, with 9 points by Furch, as a whistle and a foul on the other end. Newell-Fonda draws Bishop Garrigan's 2nd foul of the quarter. And heading to the free throw line is going to be Max Carlson. 2 fouls now by Michael Joyce. But you're talking about Furch coming off the bench with 9 points. Nick Lear has come in, Amari Thomas, both of them have given the Golden Bears energy and scoring off the bench at times tonight. And Trayton Sink as well, as the foul shot is no good off the back of the cup by Carlson. The Golden Bears throughout the season, they've essentially had 9 players they've been rotating in and out of the lineup as they try to find the right mix starting off this basketball season. Foul shot buried by Carlson, and it's 70-52. But the bench production substantially higher for Bishop Garrigan than Newell-Fonda. Starting lineups are probably about even in scoring, but the bench has really given Bishop Garrigan the edge in this game. Bauer outside to Schwab, another 3-point ball. It's a little bit too strong. Thomas off the board, tips it to Schwab. Schwab flies in and he lays it in. Amari Thomas with a little volleyball pass to Carter Schwab, and Bishop Garrigan extends their lead 72-52. Now 18 points by the Golden Bears sophomore. 4:45 left in this one. Newell-Fonda works the basketball to Hoberman. Long jumper just inside the perimeter, rims out, no good. Schwab outlet pass to Bauer. Bauer under the bucket. Too tight to the bucket. Shot no good. Thomas rebound. His fault was no good as the Golden Bears can't capitalize on that opportunity. Bauer just got a little too close to the baseline. That was a hard pass to make, and Bauer coming in at a full head of steam as Newell-Fonda travels on the other end and turns it over. The pace has kind of gone back and forth here. It's been a little herky-jerky in the second half at times. But ultimately, the Golden Bears, they've gotten a lot of good opportunities to run the floor tonight. As Bauer's in the left corner, try to throw it to Furch, and that's a kickball violation. Geisen Lyman sends that ball into the next planet as he kicks it all the way to the backcourt, rolling towards the Newell-Fonda student section right underneath us. There are some kickballs that may be a little hard for the referee to see, but that was not one of them. As Thomas heads to the bench, Logan Nemmers back in for Bishop Garrigan. And Carter Schwab to trigger the inbounds play. One player at each corner of the paint for the Golden Bears as Furch pops open in the left corner, rotates it to Joyce, passing right to Sink. Schwab now in the right corner with 4:14 on the clock, comes back to Sink on the wing. Trayton Sink playing with 4 fouls as Sink had it knocked away briefly, but Schwab picks it back up. Schwab handling the rock, sidesteps, launches a 3, and missed it left. Nemmers snatches the rebound and puts it back in. Logan Nemmers cleans the glass, and it's 74-52 Bishop Garrigan. 3:55 left in this one. The Golden Bears with a 22-point advantage. Ball rolls away from Newell-Fonda out of bounds. Last tipped by Bishop Garrigan. Boy, in the second half, Bishop Garrigan has felt like they've been in control the whole time. Newell-Fonda had a little mini run to start the second half. They got the point spread down into the low teens, but Bishop Garrigan immediately extended it back up to this 18, 19, 20-point range they've been in for most of the game. Roberts in the lane against Schwab, powers it up, missed it, and Nemmers snatches another rebound. 3:43 left. Here's Schwab. Schwab taking it coast to coast. Oh, he feeds Sink wide open, and he lays it in. It looked like Schwab was going up for the shot. That's certainly what the defense thought. But Schwab just, a nice little dump off to Sink underneath the bucket. Wide open, no one on him, and Trayton Sink now 6 points. 76-52. Bishop Garrigan imposing their will late in this game. Hoberman pivots 360, flips it up. Shot missed. Ball tips to the near side, and Joyce tracks it down in the corner right in front of Max Carlson. Nemmers screens as Joyce sprints to the front court, deals to Furch in the corner, 3-point try, left it short. Nemmers another offensive board. Nemmers looking for space. Nemmers powers it up, and shot no good. Schwab offensive rebound, and now Garrigan starting to dominate on the boards. Top of the key, Joyce lets it fly, in and out on the 3-point try, kept alive by Hograve, and he'll track down the rebound. Good rebounding possession though by the Bears as charging in Hoberman. He'll draw the foul and he'll put it in. Chance for a 3-point play by Mason Hoberman as the score goes to 76-54. But once again, that trademark rebounding, it has returned for the Golden Bears after losing the rebounding battle the past couple of games. Bishop Garrigan has been relentless on the boards the second half. Mahler checks in for the Bears, and Newell-Fonda is going to wave the white flag here and check their starters out of the ball game. At least some of them anyways. As Hunter Watts, the 5'8 junior, checks in. Brock Wilkin, that is, the 5'7 freshman, checking into the ball game. And taking a free throw here to try to get up to the 13-point mark is Hoberman. Hoberman's foul shot is up, and it is good. He has 13 points on the evening, and his night is done as well. Liam Gawley, the 5'11 freshman, checking in for Newell-Fonda for the final 2:52 in this one. Golden Bears will counter. They will have Nemmers, Schwab, Joyce, Mahler, and Furch. As Schwab runs point with 2:47 left, finds Joyce. Bishop Garrigan's season high in points was 85 against Belmont Clemmy. They'll come up short of that tonight, but already their second highest scoring night. As Joyce finds the elbow, rises for a jumper. He knocked it down, but offensive foul by Bishop Garrigan. That foul going against Drew Mahler, his 4th. And with 2:36 left, Newell-Fonda will have it back. As we said, Bishop Garrigan tomorrow night, a trip to Eagle Grove. Newell-Fonda, they will face East Sac County in a boys and girls basketball matchup. Golden Bears will have the weekend off this time around. And Mahler jumps the pass. Here he comes in transition. Mahler right of the lane, and Mahler flying in and laying it up and in. Drew Mahler gets 2 on the board, and it's 78-54 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. Mahler with 5 points tonight. Eli Roberts back to the bucket, guarded by Drew Mahler, brings it out beyond the perimeter as he flips it over to Wilkin. Wilkin looking to drive, deals down to the baseline to Watts. Back outside to Roberts, guarded by Mahler. eyes the bucket, crosses the foul line, now left of the lane, flips it up. It rolls off the cup, no good. And Schwab boxes out Hograve for the rebound. Flying the other way first, his shot no good. Mahler power dribble, and he lays it up and lays it in. Mahler is standing directly underneath the basket at that time, had to reach the right hand all the way up, scoop it underhanded into the bucket, but he did just that. Mahler for the last 4 for Bishop Garrigan, and it's 80-55 Golden Bears. They have kicked the doors down here in the second half. 1:31 left. Wilkin handles the rock. Wilkin to the elbow, hands the ball off to Hograve. Hograve left angle three-pointer, in and out, no good, and Schwab vacuums in another rebound. Up ahead to Furch. Furch quick past Mahler. Mahler into the bucket, and no good on the layup. It popped out. Tried to tip his miss in, no good. Got his own miss again. Falls up and falls it in. Third time the charm for Drew Mahler, and it's 82-54 Bishop Garrigan. 9 points by the Bishop Garrigan junior Drew Mahler, as the bench will continue to empty and the starters will check out for the Golden Bears. Daniel Mice, Nick Lear coming into the ball game, Ben Gredeman as well, as they will join Schwab and Mahler for the final 111. Wilkin running point for Newell-Fonda for the final 105 in this ball game, as the Golden Bears are about to go back to 500 at 2-2. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Newell-Fonda. Big psychological win, though, for the Golden Bears. Obviously, a dramatically different Newell-Fonda team than the past couple of years as far as personnel is concerned. But this is a team that's beaten Bishop Garrigan 2 straight times, dropped 90-plus points on them both times. And the Golden Bears have really controlled things after that early start by Newell-Fonda. They'll steal the ball, outlet up to Mice. Mice lays it up, and he lays it in. Daniel Mice gets on the scoreboard, and it's 84-54 Bishop Garrigan. Well, I said the Golden Bears wouldn't eclipse their season high in points. I may have spoke too soon. They're one away from that season high set against Belmont Clemmy. 42 seconds left. Wilkin getting tripped, and he will be tripped by the Golden Bears and head to the foul line, as that is foul number 5 against Bishop Garrigan. So 39 seconds left. Golden Bears will send Wilkin to the free throw line. Drew Mahler of 9 points right now for the Golden Bears. Mahler had a double-double of 22 and 10 last year when these two teams matched up. First free throw on the way for Wilkin. Rims out, no good. The score stays 84-55. Brock Wilkin, one of 2 freshmen on the Newell-Fonda varsity roster. Takes a deep breath and left the free throw short. Mice tracks on the rebound and he runs. Daniel Mice will pull it up as Bishop Garrigan does not have numbers, and Carter Schwab will hold the ball on his hip. The game clock is ahead of the shot clock, so Bishop Garrigan will either get a shot clock violation or take one more shot. They will casually work the ball around the perimeter here as Schwab has it on the right side. Takes a couple dribbles to the left and skips it over to Gredeman. The crowd imploring Gredeman to shoot it, almost threw it away. He got it back. Gredeman in the corner, lets it fly, and it's too long on the air ball. Mice tracks it down, and he tried to get it to Mahler. Mahler spins away and finds Mice in the corner. Mice throws it to Mahler. Ball will roll into the backcourt along the sideline, and it's out of bounds with 4.6 seconds left in the game, going back to Newell-Fonda. So no season high for Bishop Garrigan, and no 3, unfortunately, for Ben Gredeman. That would have drawn the loudest cheer of the night inside of this gymnasium if that shot had gone down. 4.6 seconds left. Wilkin will dribble the time away at half court, and a big time bounce back win for the Golden Bears. They are back to 500, and Bishop Garrigan gets it done at Newell-Fonda High School. 84-54, your final score tonight. Actually, 84-55, that is your final score tonight. Bishop Garrigan defeats Newell-Fonda, and after losing the past 2 years against the Mustangs, Bishop Garrigan gets their dose of revenge in tonight's ball game. Newell-Fonda with the loss ends their 2-game winning streak. They drop to 2-3 on the season. With the victory, Bishop Garrigan back to 500 at 2-2. We'll step aside for a timeout. Look at the final numbers coming up next on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folt, and Michael Toll.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Dominant road win for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears tonight, knocking off the Newell-Fonda Mustangs 84-55. Tyler Lance of you on Home Country Radio, KLGZ, and the Algona Radio YouTube channel. Big thank you to our video streaming sponsors here on the YouTube channel, Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefits. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Algona Frame and Auto Body, We Meet by Accident, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Having the advantage makes all the difference. And the bench play of Bishop Garrigan tonight really made all the difference against Newell-Fonda. The Mustangs, until garbage time, did not get any points off their bench, as it was really all concentrated around the starting lineup. The scoring looked like this for Newell-Fonda. Mason Hoberman had 13 points. Geisen Lyman had 12. Eli Roberts actually led the way at 15, and Jackson Hograve had 11. Those were the leading scorers for Newell-Fonda. And certainly a question mark coming into the game was how much production could Newell-Fonda get off the bench, and the answer really was not a whole lot, unfortunately, for the Mustangs. They had a team coming into tonight that only had 8% of their points coming from the bench, and really a similar trend so far tonight. So that's going to be a big question going forward for the Mustangs, if they can supplement that starting lineup in any way. Meanwhile, for Bishop Garrigan, the scoring leaders look like this. Michael Joyce had 23 points. You had Carter Schwab of 18. Tate Furch had 9 coming off the bench. Justin Bauer of 7 for Bishop Garrigan. And you also Drew Muller with 9 points on the Golden Bear leaderboard. The scoring by quarter looked like this. Bishop Garrigan roared out immediately to a 25-12 lead in the first quarter. Had a big double-digit scoring run. 11-0 run to take the initial lead, 15-4, and after that, never trailed in the game. So 25-12 Golden Bears after one. Bishop Garrigan had an 18-11 scoring advantage in the second quarter, to go up by 20 at halftime. Newell-Fonda actually had a 21-17 scoring advantage in the third to cut the lead down to 60-44, but Bishop Garrigan slammed the door in the fourth quarter. Their highest scoring quarter of the game came in the fourth, 24-11 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. The rebounding was really great in the fourth quarter. A lot of second chance opportunities for the Golden Bears. Really wore down Newell-Fonda on the glass, and that is a trademark thing for this Bishop Garrigan team. Good size. They've added more athleticism this season, so rebounding really shouldn't be an issue, and it was not tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. The transition offense missed a couple opportunities tonight for Bishop Garrigan that they'd like to have back, but ultimately Bishop Garrigan was looking to run and gun tonight, and they certainly did that and got plenty of transition buckets as well. And the three-point shooting was a lot better. Carter Schwab knocked down a few threes in this ball game. Michael Joyce hit as well, and the Golden Bears stretched the floor a little bit more than usual for the three-point shot, something that was very, very cold in that loss against Lake Mills. So a lot to like for Bishop Garrigan, and they will be back to 500 at 3 and or make that at 2-2 as they head to Eagle Grove tomorrow night. Newell-Fonda drops to 2-3 on the season as they will face East Sac County in tomorrow night's game. As always, big thank you to Bernie Merrill tonight on the camera for our Algona Radio YouTube stream. Big thank you as well to everyone back at the studio. As we'll wrap it up for tonight, this has been a sports production of Home Country Radio KLGZ. I'm Tyler Lance signing off as once again the final score, Bishop